Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bussin with the Boys. If you're joining us for the first time, please do us a favor. Please like, please subscribe, and please make sure you're in that comment. It helps us every single day. For those who don't know, my name is Taylor Lewan. To the right of me is William Compton. We are the hosts of Bussin with the Boys. We have a lot to get into today that Will is going to tell you about, but the king is here.
Derrick Henry.
But we brought back new segments that or old segments that the people that have been watching for a long time can tell you about in the nice little live chat. We hope you enjoy this because we enjoy doing it for you. With that being said, Willie, let them know what they're going to get themselves into today.
We talk snow days. We talk shout out, no free shout out. That is the segment, the beloved segment that is coming back. We talk twisted question. Mitch almost gets fired on the spot. If you're here for the Derrick Henry pod and you don't want to listen to all the other fluff, you should comment and talk about, hey, any real ones know we listen to the entire pod. Well, you don't have to say this. But for people who just want the Derrick Henry episode, fast forward probably an hour. If you're on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe. If you're on YouTube, it should be in the chapters. Mitch does a hell of a job putting the chapters together, but the Derrick Henry episode is about an hour forward. So, Derrick Henry, twisted question, shout out over shout out, NFL talk.
Yeah.
Coaches, where are the coaches going? Where's Vrabel going? We got an inside track on where Vrabel might be headed.
We talk about the Cowboys, how they could become contenders immediately.
That is right. That is right.
Yeah.
All in this action-packed episode of Bussin' with the Boys.
And this is the last thing we'll say. The last thing we'll say. If you're on YouTube, which you should be subscribing to right now, and you're looking at the boys and you see the apparel we have on, you really enjoy the apparel, you can go find that at store.barstoolsports.com/bussin with the boys.
Yes. Store.barstoolsports.com
/bussin.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll find
you go to store.barstoolsports.com, you're going to be able to find this hat, this little dad sweater, this nice little thing, little girl dad. For those of you that don't have girls, but you are a dad, there's dad hats in general. Just have a good time with it, dude. Let's throw caution to the wind. Just have a blast with today. Big hugs and the tiniest of kisses.
Hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
There you go.
There it is.
Welcome to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys. Taylor, he's standing on business right now. Shout out to Nashville, by the way. Snow day. Nashville is similar to Atlanta in the fact that when there's some snow on the ground, they kind of don't know what to do or they don't know how to handle it. Still, roads are covered a little bit. You know, they're like, close everything.
Yeah.
Nobody's able to drive
Shut it
anywhere.
down.
Yeah.
We're done here.
Yeah.
It's super frustrating. No, it's not frustrating. It's almost comical at this point because being here 10 years, going on 11, it's like every year there's a snowstorm, ice storm that's like, it seems like every year this nationwide storm is coming in, right? And for 2 weeks, Nashville has to deal with like everything being shut down. We don't salt the roads. There's no snow plows, nothing. And I feel like they sit there at Capitol Hill or wherever they're at, and they're like, boys, next year we're gonna be prepared. Let's buy a couple trucks. Let's do that. And then the weather passes, everyone's like, fuck it, dude. Let's just move on.
Yeah, just shut everything.
There's no way it's gonna happen again,
shut
right?
Everything down.
And sure enough, here we are. But this is good snow. Usually in Nashville, for those of you that are not in Nashville or the Tennessee area listening to this podcast and want to know a little about the weather, usually it's like 40 degrees and it rains. That night it freezes. And then the next day you get snow. And now we're slip sliding our way through life for the next 2.5 weeks. This is a little nicer. It rained a couple of days. It was dry for a few days. And all of a sudden we got this big snowstorm. And it's like beautiful powder on the ground. Kids are out there. I don't know what it is with kids and just shoveling snow in their face on a constant. Like my kids will just lay there. I have no idea how they don't get like, what's it called? Brain freeze. I don't know why my brain froze with that. But they like just lay on their stomachs and they just pour snow in their mouth over and over. Like literally, we went on a little adventure yesterday and we had to take like snow breaks. I'm thinking to myself, it's everywhere.
You gotta eat the snow, man.
You gotta eat the snow, but like just scoop and walk.
Yeah.
Scoop and walk.
Dude, it was, I loved it. I thought it was magical. The way the snow was falling, like it felt like Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Felt like we had just put the tree up. I felt like we needed to get it back out because it was falling nice. Like it was like peaceful outside.
Yeah, there's something about the snow coming down and it's like it doesn't make a sound. And then you think to yourself, if this was rain, it would be so loud you couldn't even hear yourself
Yeah.
think it's so much snow.
It's soft and quiet, and then you just hear the crunch under your feet, like as you're walking. I know JP, he took to the hills. Did any of you guys go sledding?
No sledding. Went explored around though. Shelby Park. Went down by the river. So peaceful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Shout out Shelby Park.
Dude, the beautiful thing about Nashville when it is like this and everything shuts down is like, it's like everyone just stays in their house and you kind of have like the whole world to yourself for a little bit.
Snow
Which is
days,
nice.
man.
Snow days are great. Kids were loving it. Dude, we have this hill, you know, the hill right by my house.
Yeah.
And there was this family out there. One of the dads, he's like in this band, like a dad band called the Dirty Dogs. And like they play in their garage and they just fuck around like once a year. Like once a year I'll walk out of my house and there's just a band going crazy. I have no idea if they're good or not. But his daughter and his wife were out there sledding. We were all kind of just hanging out. And it was nice. Kids were out there ripping. My daughter Willow hits like what I think is a curb in the snow and like sends herself, hits herself real hard, gets up, dusts herself off like it's nothing. Kid's a warrior. Willow is as tough as they come. She is as tough as they come, brother. It was sick.
No Rube, no sledding for Rube, but we did build we built a nice little snowman.
Yeah, talk to me about that process, Paul.
Of building the snowman?
Yeah.
So you get out there and you said it earlier, like it was more powdery snow, so not the most packed in. You can't like get a nice roll going and create like this snowman the old fashioned way. Basically, I would just accumulate as much snow as possible, and then I built it up, and then slowly and ever so gently, like continued to pack it in, played the long game, and then just carved the snowman.
It's like when you're trying to make a snowman with your gingerbread house during Christmas. Like you gotta be more gentle with it than you can make it stronger.
Yeah.
Because I remember 2 years ago, you had a nice little snowman in your backyard. To the point where I tried to do it this year, and it looked like
you're talking about the gingerbread house, right?
gingerbread.
Yeah. It was too runny this year.
Yeah, it was too runny.
Yeah.
Last year, I feel like it was more of a consistency or more thickness to it, to where you could make the snowman, the blops going up.
Yeah. I told Taylor, and I said, hey, we gotta get the quality.
We'll juice up the quality next year. That's tough, champ, but it was tough. That was a wild turn of events, huh? Did we ever talk about that in the show?
I don't think so.
Every year we do an annual gingerbread house competition, and who won it last year?
Probably me.
All right, we'll say for the sake of this story that Will won it. Well, we all did our gingerbread houses, and like Bill, Will's dad, stopped caring about 5 minutes in, just sat there with his beer in his hand and his chew, and so he and I kind of teamed up on his stuff, and I had to get a little more creative on my thing, and so we end up doing the gingerbread house, and I podiumed, which was great, but then I'll let you explain this because it involves Charo.
Oh yeah, she had a miscount. Charo was the winner. She was the judge at first. And then afterwards, I was so beside myself because I didn't podium because I thought that was bullshit that I should
She had a nice house.
Yeah, that I should have been a top 3 gingerbread house. And so I asked her how she counted. I was like, well, how'd you tier the system? Because I could have swore my number was on there a few different times. And she just said, oh, if you're just on the list, like I just gave a point. I was like, oh no, sweetheart, it's first, second, third. It's 3, 2, 1. You have to go back. We have to recount. So I'm thinking I'm going to make my way on the podium now. Unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way that even that way still didn't get me on the podium. But what we did find out is that
crazy because Will's house was good. You had a nice house.
But to also continue to shit on myself, like 3 of my points came from me voting for myself in first place, which is illegal. You can't like vote for yourself.
I voted for myself too.
We know.
Yeah, you don't vote for yourself. That's crazy.
And my dad only put your number down, nobody else's.
The best too. Yeah, your dad said, "Fuck my son."
And then we learned that
Vote
Taylor ends up winning on the point system. So that was the big turn of events on the gingerbread competition.
Now go ahead.
With what?
You know what you want to do. Go ahead.
What? Yeah, that's known. Like, if you won, there's got to be some stipulation. Who won the fantasy league?
Daddy.
Taylor won the fantasy league. Who cheated? Taylor cheated.
Anyway, hey, breaking news.
Off the back with
Real
Jack.
breaking news in real time. Erika Nardini is stepping down as Barstool CEO.
No
Whoa.
shit.
But Taylor did cheat in the fantasy league. Let's not.
That's great.
Hey,
that is.
You used the glue.
Hold on.
Hey, hang
Do we
on,
want
hang
to
on.
talk about Erika?
Gingerbread house glue. He used the glue gun. He obviously voted for himself. My dad only voted for Taylor.
Which
so
was
that
not, I didn't do
that's
anything
like
like that.
that's like 6 total points off the standings, which would have lost it for him.
Would have put me
And
in
then
second, actually.
Fantasy football tries to trade Mark Andrews for Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
then
people-
Mark
people
Andrews
have heard
gets
this.
hurt that night,
People have heard
and he
this.
tries to go back on. I want everybody to have all the facts.
That's good.
I
And
want
so
everybody to have all the
next
facts.
year, it's been the last month for me has been, end of December and January has been a big winning year for me. But next year, when we do this fantasy league, which we are going to do, we will have integrity. We will put like clear black and white rules in, and we will make sure that everyone does it. And hopefully, you guys can unseat the champ. Unseat the champ. Tom Brady had Deflategate. They still call him champ. So Erika Nardini is stepping down as CEO. Can we listen to this?
Yeah.
Can you play this out loud?
Yeah, you just have to.
All right, bear with us. We're about to listen to this video of Erika stepping down as the E CEO.
Looks like they send her out right away. She's just walking out.
Hi, walking to work. I remember Dave walks to work. I love Dave walks to work. This will not be anywhere near as entertaining. I'm stepping down as the CEO of Barstool. I feel super sad about it. I was just crying on Metro North. One of the least attractive things imaginable. I wore too much eye makeup for that. But it's been a wild run. I'm so grateful. And I'm feeling sentimental. Like I think back to 2016 and they went through 70 candidates and all that. And I kind of think either nobody wanted the job and I did, or they were stupid enough to not see what it could be. And I thought I could make something of it. And what we made of it is like, it exceeded my wildest expectation. And I'm so proud. We grew the company into something I don't think anybody ever thought possible or probable. I think the expectations or the desire that Barstool would fail were really high. And I think we defied that. And I'm so proud about not just what we built, but we did it our own way and we did it in our own style. And we did it with our own people and like of our own propulsion, and growing a company 5,000% in revenue over 8 years is awesome, I think. The audience grew even more than that. So it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, we exited the company twice in the last year. I feel like the work I came here to do is done. I'm so proud of it. Everything I could have ever imagined and wanted to achieve, we did. I feel so good about Dave. I'm so grateful to Dave for giving me a chance in the first place. And I trusted him and I still trust him. And he's the right person to make this a pirate ship. And I think we went around the sun a bunch. And now it's back exactly where it should be, as it should be. And everything I wanted to do here, I did. And I learned more than I could ever have possibly imagined. And I gave everything I had. So that's the news. I'm going to help Dave as long as he needs me. I'm going to go try to figure out what I want to go build and do next. I'm going to get out of the rain in New York. And that's it. So viva. Hi, walking to work.
First thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if something happened. But then again, like she alluded to the pirate ship back to being where it wants to be, and maybe it just like maybe that's just the vision that Dave has for it, to where there's not her position, or maybe not her position, but maybe they go look for somebody else, but somebody to kind of grow and get into that world of like pen and everything else is no longer happening. So I'm not sure.
I think
And she stayed there a while. Like CEOs usually have like not a shelf life, but usually they figure out what they want to do. They build it, stay there as long as they stay there. What is it, like
5 years, I think,
yeah,
is the
5,
average.
Yeah.
That was the point I was going to bring up, is it seemed as though she was there much longer than the average CEO. And I don't know. My first initial thought, and I have no idea, is Dave is taking more of the reins of this whole thing now.
Yeah.
Because I'm stepping down. Dave's the right man to do it. And that little tiny little quote to me is like, all right, Dave is truly taking him back to Dave Portnoy's Barstool.
Yeah.
Which will be interesting because he's in Florida. He's in a whole bunch of different areas. He doesn't live in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't live in Chicago.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how like his process is not being in the office every day, because a lot of what you see from like the old Barstool stuff is him being in the office and kind of being on everyone's ass,
Right.
which is, it's a reason why Barstool was so successful. It's a major reason why, is people were,
Down each other's throat.
yeah.
Pause.
And he was one of the guys that would walk in and stir it up. He was on a show the other day talking about Frank the Tank, and he went to a Dolphins game, or he went to a sports game that he really liked, a sports team that he liked, and he left before and then ended up coming back and winning. I don't remember what the team was. And Dave was like, if I was in the office, that would be a story for an entire week. I would have made sure that like lived longer than it actually did since he was out of the office. So it'll be interesting to see the dynamic for sure.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they'll bring anybody else in.
Yeah, I wonder. It just kind of seems like Dave's.
I'll have to click on that ZipRecruiter link. Throw my hat in the ring.
See what's going on.
Get in front of them.
Trying to become CEO of Barstool?
Yeah, I'll do it.
50% owner of Bussin with the Boys and CEO of Barstool?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog.
Build that thing up.
It's called double dipping.
Yeah.
No doubt. Wow, boys, any thoughts on that? In the back? No?
Really?
Perfect.
I mean, shout out Erika.
It's a long time.
Yeah, she's been pivotal for us, and being with Barstool. How long now? 5, 6 years? 5 years?
Since 2016, whatever that is.
No, it's 2016.
No, he's talking about us?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
talking
this is
about
Erika.
Yeah,
we got
I'm
there
talking about Bussin.
2019, right?
2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Going into our 5th year.
Yeah.
That's wild. We've been here for 5 years.
I know. A lot of turnover. There's been a lot of turnover too with
Yeah.
Barstool.
Yeah.
They just had kind of that big, what is it called? Round of layoffs earlier in the year.
Yep. Coach Doug's. Forget about him.
Yeah, Coach Doug's.
He had to go.
Coach Doug's, man.
He had to go.
Should we get into the football? We got 8 teams standing after the weekend. The Texans beat the shit out of the Browns. Chiefs handled the Dolphins. Buffalo, in my opinion, beat the shit out of the Steelers.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of
Yeah.
him. Mopped the floor with them.
Lions Rams was so fun to watch. I was kind of, it didn't matter who won, but it's like you're rooting for both teams to kind of score each time. Like, oh, let's make the situation even better. Packers handled the Cowboys, and the Cowboys once again are just in disarray with how you can get better after going 12-5, 3 years in a row, winning the division.
And then finally the Eagles falling.
Eagles, man. Eagles are done.
Done in what way? Like they're gone? See you later?
Done.
When they won the
Dead.
Super Bowl back in, what was that? I will just say 2016 because I can't remember. I'm pretty sure the next year they lost in the wild card again. And there was some changing going on. So that seems like a team that ends up reloading quicker than other teams.
Dead.
Got it.
Jason Kelsey just retired.
Which is wild.
There's a lot of holes that they're going to have to fill.
Yeah.
The big difference from last year's Eagles to this year's Eagles, and everybody's talked about it, is how the coordinators aren't there anymore. So the offense, like everything about them, they've had no defense. We should have known, like I should have known that in the gambling world. Like a team without any defense isn't going to do that well.
Yeah.
That's off to Baker Mayfield and the boys.
I know.
They're playing strong.
Still having fun. You see that clip of him on a timeout? Squirting his train with water.
A little squirt.
Like just doing fun stuff.
Yeah, just having
The
fun.
moment's not
Enjoying
too
the
big.
moment.
Yeah. I'm in Philly donking these boys right now, just doing my thing.
And they did handle them.
Handled
It kind
them.
of sucked. It sucked to watch for the Eagles because they've really, well, how many did they lose in their last 5 out of 6 games?
They lost their last 6 out of 7, including the playoff game.
What if the Eagles just folded in? Kelsey
Started 10-1.
retires. Lane Johnson might retire. He's getting older too. The back end's getting older. Who knows what's happened to KB, even though they just traded for KB. What if Jack Rand gets on the phone and decides, you know what? I want AJ Brown back.
Oh, that's where you're going.
Happen.
I was
really
going
never
this year
happened.
for AJ Brown.
Hey, I was going toward. I
Never
thought you were going to
happened.
say Mike Vrabel now becomes the head
Yeah,
coach
we don't
for
want him back.
Kevin
Really?
Byard and AJ Brown again.
Oh, that would be wild.
Bring Vrabel to Philly.
Man, you think, is it Sirianni? Is that his name?
He's done.
They're saying Sirianni's going to get fired.
Which is crazy.
Wild.
I know, but man, I know.
I bet Mike McCarthy's gone by the end of the day too.
I
Yeah,
thought it
I
was.
think McCarthy should be gone too. I don't know about Sirianni,
I thought.
but
Sirianni
McCarthy,
should-
I
I
think,
thought
needs
last.
to go.
Yeah, I thought last week Sirianni was
Yeah.
crazier than it is now,
You
but
just got your shit. You're not even.
Not
You're a
even
Chiefs
me.
fan.
Not
I
me.
forgot. Forgot the Philly guy's
We-
not a
we
Chiefs
won.
fan.
what's he back there saying?
You said we won. The Philly guy saying we won because
No,
the
I'm
fucking
saying Sirianni shouldn't get fired.
Sirianni should get fired. You just lost 32-9 to the Bucks, and you just had the
It's a
biggest fall
playoff
from
team.
grace maybe in the last decade.
He made
Get
it to
him,
the
Jack.
Super Bowl last year.
He's still talking,
That's
Jack.
fine though, and then you guys just lost how many games
You
in the
guys
back half of the
isn't me.
season?
I'm
Okay,
not a
then
part of
stop
that.
talking.
So
Philly
Sirianni,
guy.
I like I'm on like both sides here. It's like I can understand if he gets fired, I guess, because of the ownership with the Eagles. Like Peterson, he won the Super Bowl, and then once he had a bad year, they fucking canned him. So this ownership group probably is going to fire Sirianni.
If
The
they
track record's there. I just don't think he deserves it.
I don't necessarily think so either. I think like
I
if you
agree
lose
with that statement.
32-9 on the biggest
but
stage,
but Jack,
so
they've-
bad.
Wild card's the biggest
to a
stage?
9-8 Buccaneers team.
So,
but
okay,
for
hold on,
how at the
time
end of
out.
the
You're
year,
a 9-8 team.
So if a team gets blown out in the Super Bowl, they should get the coach should get
No,
fired.
but there's been a lot of things leading up from the last 7 weeks with the Eagles.
Yeah, they've gone backwards, dude.
yeah, a lot of question marks.
I saw a clip in October about the Eagles. How and it's like this conspiracy theory. And literally the end of the clip was they will lose in the wild card round. And their OC,
yeah, hell
the
yeah.
OC like went to the Colts, and then back in 2016 after that season, that OC went to the Colts, and there was a whole bunch of different things that were like, when you look at history, it's like, oh, you kind of look at it, you're like, oh, shit's adding up. And
Yeah.
I wish I had more of a recall on it because, the coach ended up getting fired after that too. So who knows?
Up until the loss last night, I did not want Sirianni, nor did I think he should be fired. But that was a really bad game by the Eagles.
It was. They didn't have AJ Brown.
Okay, that's one player.
Wait, what? AJ
no.
Brown?
Come
I know.
on,
I'm just
Titans.
saying, like I feel like we're giving him a lot of
defense didn't play well.
it
Defense
was-
sucked.
it was
Defense has a
bad.
lot
I
of
saw that clip
They
with
got
KB.
Their defense, though, I think his name's Sean Desai, was their defensive coordinator for the first 11 or 12 weeks, and then they gave it to Matt Patricia, and then
because they
that's
had
when,
to shake something up because
but
there's
that's when everything went bad. Like Sean Desai, they were 10-1, 10-2,
No, they were 10-1 before they.
and then they gave it to Patricia, and then they sucked.
I don't disagree. I feel like he should at least have the opportunity to try to answer these question marks going into next year. And if they start off bad, fire him in the middle of the year.
Yeah,
Fire him half-
get his ass out of there.
But to think like, oh, he's got to be gone after this year. It was the coordinators. It wasn't this. Like at the end of the day, they gambled wrong on a couple pieces on defense. Like Slade lost a step. No one thought he would lose a step. And at corner, that shit matters.
Shit matters.
Yeah, bad at tackling. It was a bad game.
Vrabel would fix that immediately.
I just want to see Vrabel go to the Eagles just so he's the head coach of AJ
I
Brown.
want
again.
Vrabel on the Cowboys. I think you give Vrabel that much talent on the Cowboys, contenders.
You think Vrabel
Listen-
would want to work with
listen to
Jerry
me.
Jones?
Probably not. But let me say, I think Vrabel's probably going on the bus, hang out for a second. He'd enjoy it. That boy's out
Yeah,
at Richmond
maybe.
having a good time.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. My scenario. McCarthy obviously gets fired. Vrabel goes to the Cowboys. Who's his first call? Jim Schwartz. Calls Jim Schwartz, says, hey, sorry what happened in Cleveland. Come be my DC at the Cowboys. Now that you have so many good players on defense, the way he runs his defense, fixed. His next call he makes, Arthur Smith. Says, hey, I'm sorry what happened in Atlanta. You know what it is. Let's get the band back together and get us 35 points a game again like he did with less talent at the Titans.
Welcome to Dallas, Mike Vrabel.
And that you bring Mike Vrabel and those two key points, now the whole mainstream palooza on the Cowboys every single year, I will buy into.
What was your other 2 points? I'm sorry. The DC.
I feel like there's a dick
I
joke
know, I
coming
know,
out
I know.
here.
I'm
I
here
swear
for
there's
it.
not. I
The
swear
D
there's not.
coordinator, Schwartz.
Yes.
The OC, Arthur Smith.
And what if also Derrick Henry follows suit and comes with Vrabel?
I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't either.
Dick joke.
I thought it was.
I did too. I was
He
like,
goes, well, hold
hang on a
on.
second. How did he not hear
I'm
those?
about to
How
get
How did
my
he not
ass.
hear those coordinator names?
That is Cowboys fans. If you want to be successful, if you want all this praise to be legit, as it hasn't been for so many years, you need Mike Vrabel, you need Arthur Smith, and you need Jim Schwartz. You make those three things happen, you have a contending Super Bowl football team.
So Mike
They got the tools.
Vrabel to the Cowboys. Harbaugh to the Chargers.
Mhm.
AP to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Who's going to New England? Oh, wait. Mayo already got
Mayo
hired.
already got the Mayo. Who's going to the Panthers? Have the Panthers got a coach?
Belichick to the Falcons.
I saw he did an interview. That would be wild to see Belichick in Atlanta.
I know. It'll be wild
Yeah.
to see him really anywhere else.
I had a wild dream last night that I was
wild.
not too wild, but per this conversation, it was kind of wild. I had a dream. I was at Harbaugh's house and he was giving me inside ball and everything. And he's like, you know where I'm going next? I was like, oh, what NFL team are you going to? He goes, no, I'm going to college, but I'm going to a different football team.
Nebraska? I'm just kidding.
Dude, South Carolina.
Oh, you take Harbaugh, JP?
You're lying.
He wouldn't.
Beamer tweets you one time.
Hey, shout out Coach Shane Beamer tweeting JP Hovey, understanding the asset he has right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
That is big.
Big recruiting moment.
Big recruiting moment. Hey, Shane, have us out for the spring game. We'll coach the spring game now.
What's the spring game? Get the
We gotta-
headset on.
We got to figure out what our next move could be.
Our next spring game coaching.
Yeah.
Here.
You want to come? What, you wanted to come sit?
Hey, who's going to be the coach of the Titans?
No.
Ooh, Dan Quinn.
I heard Dan Quinn to Seattle before this game.
Yeah, him too. I'd like Ben Johnson or Bobby Slowick, but
Ben Johnson, I think, is going to
Slowick
go
went
to
crazy against the Browns.
Ben Johnson. I think is going to go to. They're talking Philly. If
Sirianni
Where's Ben
goes.
Johnson at?
wait,
Oh, you
Ben
can't.
Johnson to and I want Vrabel here. Vrabel could come here too. Washington. Washington got a nice little job opening now.
I wonder what I don't disagree with you. I wonder how that like new ownership is because there's not like much of a sample size. Like, if you go to the Panthers, you have to have immediate success. Otherwise, you're fucked.
You're done.
Yeah. And with Washington, to me, it's like new group of guys. I'm pretty sure there's celebrities that bought into Washington, correct? Magic Johnson. Like, there's a lot of guys with big personalities there. Like, where's their patience level at when it comes to developing the Washington franchise? And so me personally would be a little more nervous to go there as opposed to you see a guy like Jerry Jones who has had coaches for a long time and kind of like lets things truly bleed out for as long as possible and things like, all right, let's slaughter this.
Yeah, but the new ownership with Washington now with Snyder out, like to me, it's nothing but greener grass with a new ownership.
I
group.
agree with that statement. I just don't know how greener the grass is. I personally, if I'm a head coach, I want to go somewhere where I know what the expectation is based on history. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I don't hate Vrabel to Washington. What I do hate is their uniforms. They're so lame. That W. Yeah. The name, all of it.
Well, hey,
Their uniforms used to be so cool.
And let's not get it twisted now. Like with the Titans, maybe we get Rich Bisaccia.
I wouldn't hate that at all.
Rich Bisaccia, he'll be out there now. They're on a playoff run right now with Green Bay. He was on the market a couple years ago after the Raiders. Let's just not let that fall to the wayside.
He was just at your house yesterday, right?
You're damn right he was. Standing out in the front yard.
Rich in Nashville.
Had his little newsboy hat on and everything.
What was he doing there?
Did you see the snowman post?
Oh, yeah.
I said, hey, what do you want to name the snowman? Olaf?
Yeah.
No, Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah, I got that.
That's the newsboy hat, the Italian. Short.
Yeah, got it.
Hey, regardless if you're OC, DC, head coach, fan, if you're trying to get to a game,
Use Game Time. Game Time is the exclusive ticketing partner of Bussin with the Boys and Barstool Sports. You should not have to worry when you're buying your tickets to your next big event. Game Time is fast and easy to buy tickets to all the sporting events, sports, music, comedy, theater events near you. Your boy copped, listen, I didn't have the Peacock. I didn't get the Peacock subscription going to watch the Chiefs game. So I jumped on Game Time, bought some tickets to the Preds game, and Game Time took care of me right there. Last minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event. And even an hour after it starts, it's the place to find the best seats for every last minute. Find exclusive flash deals. Game Time guarantees means you will always get the best price. And if you find tickets in the same section in the row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, use code BUSSIN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BUSSIN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, Lowest prices guaranteed.
Mm.
Back to the episode.
Let's get into. We already did a little recap on these games. Let's go into next week. Divisional games. Sitting there, was it 4 teams left?
Do we want to talk who's winning, or we want to talk spreads? What are we doing here?
Let's just talk who's winning. We'll
Okay.
leave the spreads for slips and picks.
Slips and picks. You can find that Thursday evening, 6. Wait. What time we dropping slips and picks?
Probably
I didn't know if Jack had one.
Probably
Got a little
6
attitude
p.m.
right
on
now.
Thursday.
Jack got him for the Philly thing.
Yeah.
That's how you ruffle his feathers. Thursday night,
Oh,
6 p.m. Central Time.
Jack.
Slips and picks. We talk all things NFL gambling, spreads, props, all the things. The boys, Taylor and Delaney, they each went 10-2. Your boys sitting right here went 7-4. We're very prosperous. Yeah, we're very prosperous. But yeah, we'll do that on slips and picks. But right now, we're going to talk who's going to win in advance to the next round. Let's start it off. Taylor, Texans, Ravens.
I think Texans have a shot to beat them. I know we're not talking spreads. They're definitely going to cover that big ass spread. But I think what we saw out of the Texans, out of CJ Stroud, 3 touchdowns in the first half. The defense is playing. They're swarming to the football. They're vice tackling. They're gathering themselves in the open field to tackle. And the sample size I have for the Ravens to come out flat is obviously 2019. But Lamar's got that Kobe Bryant kind of Mamba mentality right now, and that scares me. This is a pass. Go ahead, Will.
Oh, you're not picking the game?
Well, I said pass.
Give me the Ravens. I think we can fall into a lot of excitement, a lot of fluff, a lot of that window dressing with the Texans. They are playing really good football, but let's not forget about how good the fucking Ravens are. They beat the shit. They beat the brakes off of all the, they beat the hell out of the Niners. They've taken care of basically the majority of the playoff teams, yeah?
No, yeah. And not only the majority of the playoff teams, they beat the brakes off the 49ers.
Yeah. I think the Ravens win this game. And they're at home. It's like Texans, they were at Houston. Joe Flacco, you called it on some picks. Joe Flacco's good for an interception. Oh, wait, he was good for 2 interceptions, 1 back to the house.
Yes.
I think 1 got.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Both were pick sixes?
Yes.
The spread is 8.5 right now.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, but we can't talk spreads.
We'll talk spreads on slips and picks.
Listen, all great comments. Here's what I'd like to see. I want to see the Ravens, how they did after their bye week this past year. That's going to tell me where I'm going to sit here.
They won.
Who'd they play? The Lions. Right? Because
they ended up winning because I bet against them thinking that they would have a lull after the bye week. And Lamar's just got that. He's got that killer mentality right now. I like the Ravens.
I'll go Ravens. Packers, Niners. Listen, I think the Packers, Jordan Love, it's crazy. We were talking with Steven about this before the show. Jordan Love is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He is awesome. But you saw my number 1 rooting for list, and I believe they have more talent. They have better coaching. Shanahan's year to finally get the monkey off his back of like figuring the whole thing out. I'm going to take the 49ers here against the Packers.
Better coaching.
Yeah, that was probably too strong of a statement because I love LaFleur.
Well, yeah, that, but also like Jordan Love since Aaron Rodgers is gone and the youngest team in the league.
I know. That's where I feel like the 49ers will take advantage of that. But we can walk away. The Packers, regardless of the score of this game, if it's a 30-9 game, just like the Eagles and the Bucks, they're walking away going, we got to fucking next year we're contenders.
Yeah. I like the Niners too. I just think they have too much firepower.
Too much firepower and too much of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Like they've been in the situation so many times where it's like, this just feels like the year for me with the Niners.
The doubt, they'll hear the doubt creep in though. Like Packers, that's the shitty part of having the bye week is these teams play and then everybody's like, oh, the Texans, the Packers, like they'll start hearing that noise because it'll be real. Like people will really start thinking like Packers are going to win this game. Packers have a shot to win this game.
Yeah, they have a shot to win this game. It's a big spread too, which we're not going to get into, but I got the Niners, man.
Buccaneers, Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, I like Lions too.
Yeah. I like Lions.
Dude, it was watching that game, like you can feel like sitting on your couch, like imagine how loud it was in that stadium.
And
because
it's a loud stadium too.
Yeah, and the minutes the Rams scored, you felt like you weren't hearing anything on the television. I don't know why I was fumbling around with that. But you just know that fan base is so fucking dialed into this year. The players feel it. The staff feels it. Like Dan Campbell, like Lions got a real shot to take the whole fucking thing.
Oh, bro. I know. I think
What's their futures?
I
right
think
now?
Lions and Niners AFC or NFC Championship. I love that. I love that game. That fires me up. What was the last game? I didn't even. Chiefs Bills.
The fucking
Chiefs seem like they were back on track. They seem like they were playoff Chiefs. In that weather.
I think the Bills handle them.
I know you do.
No, I say that. I'm speaking like I think the Bills handle them from a football eye.
What do you mean?
Like not the bias against like the Chiefs wanting to lose. Like I wanted to. Who did the Chiefs just play? Dolphins. I think I was picking the Chiefs to win.
Did he?
Yeah, I picked the Chiefs because you
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Slips
yeah,
and Picks,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
hey, don't do that.
Yeah,
like,
yep.
yo,
I
go
remember
against
that.
them because then that'll happen.
Yes. I think this to me is like the Rams Lions last week. Like I'm excited for a good game. I think this game is going to turn into a shootout that we saw a few years ago in the AFC Championship, and it's going to just be awesome. I feel like this is going to be a game. Whoever has the ball last is going to win the game. I would be happy for either team.
You'd be happy for the
I'd
Chiefs.
rather
Come on,
I'd
man.
rather the Bills win. I'd rather the Bills win. The Chiefs have had enough success.
Where was the Chiefs on your? Was the Chiefs on your?
No,
thing?
they weren't on my list. They weren't on my list. That's why I just did that just now. In Arrowhead.
These are the Super Bowl champions right here. Oh, I might have to jump on that.
In Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo? My fault. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, and this ain't. Look, Buffalo ain't the fucking
Give me
Dolphins.
the Bills, dude. Give me the Bills. God,
You like the Chiefs, JP? You like Bills? He does.
Well, no,
He
I just
does.
think the Chiefs.
You know he got that triple boost. He saw the commercial win and got an appointment
yeah,
before he
dude.
came here. That's why we
I
had to
gotta stay
push the
safe in here.
pod.
I'm not only keeping me safe, I'm keeping the rest of the boys safe. You know how it is. You guys are welcome.
Yeah, I saw that Travis Kelce
By the way,
commercial.
y'all should be wearing masks that close together.
Saw that commercial with Kelce. He was like, let me get an appointment for Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you're right. I think the Bills. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'll take the Bills. I'll take the Bills. Dog. It's hard. That's a tough game. I think of all these games, the hardest one to pick.
It's like I'd love to go conference championship and then Super Bowl, but we do that. We would do that just 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time.
You can go quick.
Should we get into do what? But if we were to, you know, I'm thinking Bills, Niners, Super Bowl.
I don't hate that at all.
That's what you picked last week.
Yeah. Looks like it's all working out. Oh,
But
dog.
chaos Super Bowl. Chaos
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Texans,
Lions, Texans. Yes. Yeah. That'd be so sick.
And chaos. Packers.
I was going to say.
Packers. Lions. Packers. What the fuck am I saying? Texans.
You like the Texans, man. It's all good.
I do like the Texans. I do.
Like, it's over. The Titans, it's over.
No, that's not what I'm not gonna like all of a sudden be a fan of the Texans. I think
You hate the Titans now. It's all good.
Admit it.
no.
Hey, when Taylor got done, they're all talking about him, Ben Jones, all the boys talking about reestablishing something at Tennessee. Year later, they're all bounced.
What is this?
I'm saying, like, when you've been, like, when that generation goes, it's like, man, we got to really establish something, which was true at the time. We got to really establish something here, culture, like bringing like Nashville something to be proud of. Year later, everybody's fucking gone.
That is nuts.
Dude, the NFL is just fucking crazy.
It is crazy. But yeah, I think I do like the Texans. It's not that I like the Texans, I like CJ Stroud. I think when we met with him on Zoom, seeing the way he handled himself, seeing the way he handles all the press conferences, it's always like we did a great job, not I did a great job. And it just seems like he handles himself at a maturity level that a 22-year-old you don't see. And that fires me the fuck up. And it's getting me to be like, I kind of
Don't
like the
say it.
Texans right now. I don't like the Texans.
You kind of
win
like the
the AFC
Texans
South.
too, Jack. You talking about calling for Bobby Slowick.
Yeah, I want an OC-minded coach that just dominated in the first round.
And you
of the
enjoy
playoffs.
watching them right now. Like, man, I kind of like the
Oh
way
yeah, I
Texas
mean,
is playing right here.
objectively, it's-
Yeah,
it's
I'm not sitting here
football.
being like, I'm
not
putting a
sitting here
Texans
going, I
jersey
want
on, getting
CJ Stroud
excited,
in the
Jack.
Super Bowl.
Texans are a good ball club, and I'm happy for CJ Stroud
Get a
and Nico
jersey.
Collins.
Look, y'all, it's all good. Y'all are wearing the same retro jerseys, but now it's for Houston. It ain't for Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. That's solid.
No, I'm just fucking with you guys. But you're right. Like you enjoy rooting for CJ Stroud. Coach Ryan's in his first year. Like you can't help but to like see that staff. And yo, what is so funny about Bobby Slowick? Bobby Slowick, I forget. Look up his dad. I think it's Bob. But Bobby Slowick dad. Yeah, Bob. His dad's Bob. His dad, right?
Yeah, this is him, Bob.
Yeah, Bob, and that's
Hey,
Bobby.
that would have been nuts.
Bobby Slowick, scroll down, career history. Look where he was in 2013.
Yes, Washington.
He was the Washington Redskins linebacker coach.
Knew he was going to
Bob Slowick was my linebackers coach. His son, Bobby, at the time, Bobby's what, 36 years old right now?
He's young.
So that was, what, 2013, 10 years ago. He's 25, 26 years old. He was the assistant linebackers coach, like the intern sitting in the room. And it's nuts to me, like knowing that he is now the OC of the Texans and is about to be a very sought after head coach, whether it's in a year or 2 years. But it is so crazy to me because he was your guys' age, just sitting in our linebacker room, like as his dad's son, basically, like trying to get in. He was coaching outside backers, like, you know, hey, 2 yards deep, don't get past 2 yards deep. You gotta set the wall here. And it's just like you had this young kid trying to tell Ryan Kerrigan and Brian Arakpo things, to trying to coach them and get them right. Not that people shit on Bobby, I'm not saying that at all, but it's so funny knowing that he was like them last year, and now he's like an OC for the Texans, about to get a head job. Maybe get a head job.
Bro, you are seeing, if you're listening to the show or watching the show, you are watching the pros of being somewhat of a journeyman in the league. Does Will not know fucking everybody and every team somehow? It is crazy.
There just better be a 30 for 30.
I
in that
blocked out
Washington
that. I literally zoned out
day.
the entire time. I have no idea what you just said, but I'm happy for
That's
you.
so funny.
What?
And you brought up an insane point, Jack. You're right. He goes exactly like with that tree that was there during that time. LaFleur, McVay, Shanahan, Slowick. No, I don't think McDaniel was there, was he? McDaniel was at Washington?
Were you there?
Come on, bro.
I was there, but I don't
this
remember Coach McDaniel being there. I don't know if he was. I think you guys are wrong. Just go to Mike McDaniel and go to his
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Wide receivers coach.
Oh my God, I did not know
Is this
that.
the greatest coaching staff to never do it?
And there's
Yo, that staff was fire. And Chris Forster, he's got a job right now with the Niners, but I'm pretty sure he had a massive falling out a few years ago.
All right, sorry, Chris.
I'm just saying, like, you check out that headline. He was yeah. Do you know the headline I'm talking about? Look that. Go ahead. You can look that up in your own time. Just Jack was, but yeah, bro, that staff was insane. But Bobby Slowick, man,
Connor,
we gotta Connor, we gotta remake that graphic. Go ahead. You can toss your boy in there.
So we want Bobby Slowick for the Titans job. Is that what where we went to? Is that how we got here?
Do what?
Bobby Slowick for the Titans job?
I think that's what Jack would like to see, kind of. Who knows if he's ready for a head coaching job
yeah,
yet?
I don't know if he is. It's just, I see one like positive game and it's fun. It's like, damn, let's get that in the Titans locker room.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think he
Oh,
might need
dude.
another year or so. Like I think it was McVay was 1 year and then went to head coach because he like got in the room and he absolutely wowed the Rams. Like he was more so going on the interview circuit just to like, it's just like being an alternate for the Pro Bowl. Like next year you'll probably make it type of thing. He's just going to get acclimated to the interview process. And then the Rams didn't let him leave because he just fucking crushed it. So you just never know with these OCs who are going to be interviewing
Got
for
him
a head
Super
job.
Bowl just a few years later. Bobby
Man,
Slowick, welcome to Tennessee.
Bobby Slowick, bro, if he comes to Tennessee, he's definitely coming on the bus.
Oh, has to. He's a young guy, 36.
Rand said he was going to come on the bus. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah,
I have followed up with him.
we got to do it again.
We got to hit it again. But any coach that comes here needs to use cars.com. Dude, cars.com is the leading digital marketplace that connects car shoppers with their perfect car, celebrating 25 years of helping shoppers research, find inventory, finance, and sell cars. Wherever life takes you next and whoever you're looking to be, there's a car for that on cars.com. Up to 50,000 cars are added daily to cars.com. Shop over 2 million cars for 2 million possibilities. Find your next possibility on cars.com. Where to next? What do you say?
Was that nothing that should be said on the microphone? I'll tell you once we get off the bus.
Text me.
Okay.
You want to do a twisted question shout out? Keep talking ball.
And if Bobby comes on, I'll reenact his dad that's who I did the talent show my rookie year. I was like his dad, and I had everybody else act different positions, and I just ran a coach's meeting the whole time. Basically what I did with Vrabel.
That Vrabel thing was nice. It's a good deal.
Yeah. Do you want to do a twisted question shout out, never shout out, or keep talking ball?
Is there anything to
I feel like we do.
Yeah, we're 43 in.
We still got another hour. Another 43 minutes, and we got another hour 7. Yeah, we got another hour 7 for Mitch. But to say number one, respects. We gotta take the hats off. Jason Kelce, one of the greatest centers to ever play the game, retiring. Gone but not forgotten. Amen.
I wonder if they would have won the Super Bowl last year if he would have retired last year. Probably, yeah, for sure, right?
You know he's got to be like, fuck, why'd I come back?
Yeah. Got to be tight about that. He knew he probably felt that in early December when things weren't going well for them. And he's just like, God damn it.
I bet he gave a
Why did I
speech
do
last
this?
week.
Had to have. You saw him walking off the field. It looked like he was the last guy on the
I think so. He started like hugging dudes on the sideline before the game
people
ended.
knew.
And you know everybody's like, hey, like announce it within the next 24 hours. Like, let's just sleep on it. Like, let's take some time.
He
You know
knew.
what I mean?
He
He's
knew.
like, I'm
I wonder
fucking.
what's next for him. Because I think he'd do great on TV. He'd be great on the
yeah,
Thursday
bro.
night. He'd be great on the Monday night. Like, I feel like that could be a lane for him that he would slay.
Yeah. And America loves him. You know what I mean? He's like, he is like kind of like Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's the most
like,
loved Kelsey. No disrespect to Travis.
You think he's the most loved Kelsey?
I think Travis is the most popular, but I think everybody loves seeing the, Jason as part of the big bro. And he's like, oh, this guy, he's got
very well said.
Yeah, he's got his head on straight type of thing.
Yeah.
Even though
Family,
Travis is fine.
kids,
Yeah.
having a good time. Wears the
Exactly.
fun outfits.
Yeah.
You can tell he's a fun dad.
Yeah.
They get out there and rip around a little bit.
Get the family stuff going on because Travis, he doesn't have a family yet.
Yeah. It'll be interesting
one
to
day.
see.
Maybe one day.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with New Heights podcast. Because it's a seasonal podcast, right? It just happens during the season.
Yeah, they do a great job during football season. You guys do a great job. I love how you guys get your rest in the off season.
Yeah, we love how they get their rest in the
Yeah,
off
we
season.
love how they get the rest in the off season. No, they do. They crush it though.
Yeah.
And Jason, he will be a stud when whatever he does.
Mm-hmm. Think he goes into coaching?
No, there's no way in hell.
I just can't see being a player in it for as long as we were. I cannot imagine being a coach. I know you wanted to coach.
Yeah, I still might get back in there one day.
Really?
I think
Like
so.
Bates?
No, not like
Still
Bates.
do the pod and then
No, I don't know. I just think like I have no clue. Who knows what the future holds? But there's always that little itch. It's like, hey, go fucking get in there, get it. You know you want to.
you know what we should do is just 1 year go coach a high school football team.
I think that'd be, I think that'd be awesome. But I think if you pour into this high school for 1 year, there ain't no just 1 year about it.
Well, what high school do you guys want to do in the local area, just in Nashville, if you have them?
What's the worst one?
Probably Ravenwood High School. And that's a good joke for the local.
All right, we'll do Ravenwood.
All right. Yeah,
Bring
we
them
do.
back.
We need to go to a Brentwood Ravenwood basketball game. But so you're Ravenwood. Well, that means you only have one place, and that's the home of the Bruins, the Brentwood High Bruins, baby. And that'd be a rivalry game for the ages. So
I just think coaching would be fun. Like I've always wanted to
I
coach.
love how you just moved away from that.
I was just now I'm getting hyped up for the Bruins.
let's go.
I'm getting hyped up, imagining myself on the sideline with the Bruins, man. Trying to bring them a state championship. How many of y'all have?
One in the last, I think maybe one ever. And it was 2000.
Bring it home, man. Let's chase the
Yeah.
second one.
We need that.
But no, I'm with you. It's like why play that so long and then go into another career where the hours are even longer
Right.
pouring into it.
With less money. And then the way you have to work up, you're essentially just starting over.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would do it but I would have to be a position coach right out of the gate.
you think, yeah, you probably swing.
I think
I bet you
I
could.
think network wise, I could
Yes.
make that happen.
Yes. Would you want to do college or NFL?
I would want to do NFL.
Really?
it's like I don't want to have the double job of recruiting and coaching.
Yeah. But
Like
I feel
that's
I
so
feel like
around the clock
NIL
at all times.
Yeah.
That in the NFL you just get to coach. But what I would love more about college is they're younger. It's like the businesses, even though NIL is there now, but you can imprint them on more. You can imprint on them more than you could NFL guys. Like NFL guys could be just like a revolving door.
Yeah. I get that. I think college would be more fun, just the vibes of a college town and then developing 18 and 22-year-olds
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
in.
I
They're
think that
so
would be
raw
so
and you
sick.
want to you see them gaining skills that you've taught them. I
Mhm.
think it's awesome. The recruiting part would suck, like being on the travel all the time in the off season, I got to fly down to Louisiana to get this guy or whatever. But
Yeah.
I feel like NIL is that'll evolve into something like, hey, how much you want? All right, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
You know?
Probably. Like you're not doing visits. You're more so just letting your agent at that point
Yeah. Let them
do all the
talk.
negotiating.
Someone had a unique take, and I wonder if you guys like this or not. So with how college is developing, where there's 32 NFL teams. Each team buys 2 college teams. So it becomes a minor league team.
Each team,
Buys 2 teams. So let's just
Tennessee
say,
would buy Michigan, Nebraska.
yes, that'd be hilarious. 2 teams to buy. But yeah. They buy 2 teams and they put a salary cap and it becomes a minor league of the NFL. And then you cycle your guys through where you can go from you take your guys from Nebraska, take your guys from Michigan, and then that's how you get them in the developmental league.
I haven't thought this through whatsoever, but it kind of, I've kind of fucked with it.
You fuck with it?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. It completely tears apart college football.
It kills college football. And it's such a passionate fan base and all that. And then the idea of you can only go because you went to that school. You essentially have to be like, what NFL team do I want to go to? Oh, I want to go to the Eagles. So I need to go to these 2 colleges now.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
takes the college spirit out of it.
The college spirit completely leaves.
Just like I was on it, now I'm off it.
Gone?
Yeah.
That's the
'Cause,
best. That's the best with catching you early.
Yeah.
If I give you time to think about stuff, it's like you become too cemented in that opinion. But yeah, let's hit this twisted question, dude.
All right, Mitch, here we go. Twisted question brought to us by Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted with the boys, the smoothest hard iced tea out there, kicking off the new year right. Championship season, championship drinks. Keep it twisted with Twisted Tea. Kick off 2024 in the NFL playoffs with Twisted Tea today. Mitch Carsley, redemption. And I say redemption, he hasn't had this bad question yet because that will be on next week's episode. And there was a massive, we had to sit down, have a one-on-one and talk about how he's finding these twisted questions because they're just not up to par with where we'd like to see these twisted questions. So now, Mitch Carsley.
Mitch, how much of a blender are you in right now?
The worst blender. I'm not even talking into the mic. And I got Jack back here just rubbing my back, just making me feel super uncomfortable.
Hey, for all for the Carsley family out there watching right now, make sure you do not miss next week's episode.
Yes, it's very of all the people to watch that episode, you're the most important people to watch because we need your help.
Yeah,
We need your help.
yeah.
And dude, does it make you uncomfortable, Jack's rubbing your back because it makes you feel something?
No, it's just he's doing it in a condescending way. He's grabbing my neck, patting me on top of the head. He's just
If you could fight one person on this bus right now, who would it be?
Jack McPhee.
Okay, I wanted to hear that. Let's hear your twisted question, brother.
All right, I feel like this one is very relevant towards you two. Would you rather give up cursing or give up ice cream?
Give up cursing.
Cursing. God.
Oh my God. Let's take a 5-minute break. We'll be back after 5 minutes. God damn it, Mitch. And Will spilled his coffee. That's how you know Will's mad as fuck. All right, Mitch.
Cussing is your answer.
Do you want to give it another shot? You're quitting too.
So you spent the weekend and all of the snow day yesterday. You spent MLK Day looking up this twisted question. Would you rather give up cursing?
No, I have 4 or 5 others, but I feel like they're gonna get the same reaction.
Well, but Mitch, hey Mitch, would you rather stop cursing and clean up some of your language or give up ice cream forever?
I don't eat ice cream, so ice cream.
You don't really curse, Mitch.
You don't eat any ice cream, bro.
No,
So you don't fuck with DQ?
I don't know.
Jenny's?
I've had Jenny's more than I've had Dairy Queen.
Cold Stone?
You had a milkshake at Mr. Spots
Yeah,
in
but
Ann
it's not
Arbor.
like I'm craving it all of
You
the
loved
time.
it. You loved it. You said,
was
this
a good
milkshake is
milkshake,
really
yeah.
good. I really like this
Yes,
milkshake. I'm having a
yes.
great time, Taylor.
Yes, and
And you thought this is going to be the one where they sit back and really have to think.
It's like a light bulb went off in your head, and you thought, this is finally my
y'all
moment.
both cursed a lot, and y'all both like ice cream. So
I
I'm like,
just saw Will post his gift card to DQ over the weekend, and I'm still going to ask this question. Is what you thought.
I've never really watched Bussin' with the Boys before, because if I did, I'd realize that Taylor and Will curse way less now than they did before.
I don't want I don't want this responsibility anymore.
Mitch,
Gooey butter cake from Jenny's.
birthday cake remix.
How often have you heard us talk about those ice creams?
A lot.
You just got to use your head.
What's in there?
Nothing, apparently.
What's going on in that fucking
Nothing,
massive noggin?
I hope my you want to know what my selfish hope is that we got your family's attention when they were tuned in for that moment. And when you said cursing or ice cream, they literally just go, oh. And your grandma just goes, put me in a home.
I can't.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Just, hey, Mitch really wants to see you. No.
Yeah.
Tell him to leave me alone. I got bingo tonight.
Oh.
Holy shit, Mitch.
Jack, would you rather give up cussing or ice cream?
Probably ice cream for me.
Cooper.
I'd rather give up ice cream.
JP.
Ice cream.
You're such a liar, bro. I was gonna say this man don't even cuss. There ain't no way he's saying
Cussing for me. Sorry, Mitch.
I don't believe the other two. Jack or Coop.
I don't think I believe the other two either, man. Like to me, Jack
You don't really cuss
Jack
either.
doesn't lean on cussing like that to
Yeah, no, you're fucking right. I don't, Mitch. Shut up. Nah, I don't know. It is tough because I feel like when you crave ice cream, it's like one of those things that like it's like a full body. You're like, oh god, I need ice cream. But
Yeah.
cussing, when you say fuck, there's something about the emphasis, the way it comes off the tongue. It's like it's almost just like that hit of dopamine that first taste of ice cream is. So it is tough. I know you guys are standing on that, but
It's not hard.
you know what? Fuck it. Yeah,
I don't think it's
fuck
hard
it.
at
I'm
all.
giving up cussing.
yeah.
Ice cream only.
I mean, I just want all my words at my disposal. I don't really eat a lot of ice cream either. I don't know how I'll make y'all believe that, but
Yeah, we just met you.
All your words at your disposal.
yeah.
You're a big free speech guy. You're a big say what you want.
Exactly.
You're a big 45 guy.
What are Coop, what are some of your favorite curse words? Give me your time. Yeah. That you want all the words at your disposal that you're gonna give up ice cream.
What
Do
one?
what?
What one hits it for you? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess fuck.
Nah.
That's what
okay.
y'all want to
Come
hear.
on. If you're
can
gonna
have
say
it.
fuck, you gotta say it with a little more than that if you're gonna keep fuck over ice cream.
Yeah. Fucking ice cream, man.
What's your top
Fucking
3
ice
cuss
cream.
words? Your first tier
I'm
talk.
about to just switch my answer. I want to do a
You're gonna have to
ranking.
Give us your 3
Switch
favorite
it,
curse
switch
words.
it.
No. No, I can't do Mitch like that.
You hear that, Mitch? You guys have Also,
I gotta.
this is like the 4th time I've seen you, and this is the 3rd different team you've worn on your body.
Thanks, Rangers.
Has he worn 3 different baseball ones?
He was wearing it was Rangers, and then it was Michigan the first day I met him,
Michigan.
and then there was you wore Oklahoma
Yankees?
State.
I did wear Marlins. I'm not a Marlins fan though.
You just wore Marlins hat.
That's just color.
Thought it was cool.
That's just getting your fit right.
Yeah.
I'm with that. Top 3 curse words.
Go ahead.
I gotta know your top 3 words that you're taking forever over ice cream.
All right, I'm sticking with fuck.
Okay.
Wait, is
That's
that number
one.
3?
Huh?
Is that number
Let's
3?
just say that's number 1.
No,
That's
that's number one. That's number one. Bitch.
Oh man, dude, if you say shit,
I'll do ass for 3. Does that count? Is that what y'all want to
So
hear?
fuck, bitch, and ass is what you want to keep.
over ice cream.
I mean, I want all of them, but y'all just told me to do 3. I'm not gonna list every curse word I know, but
Oh man,
I wish you would have said like puss or something.
yeah.
oh, that was play safe.
Fuck,
Kitties.
fuck, yeah.
Whoa.
That was fun.
At least we made something out of that. Am I right, Mitch?
Yeah, that was some good conversation, man. Good job with the twisted question, Mitch.
Oh,
That was a golf clap. It wasn't a pity clap.
yeah. Let's talk about this new segment. That's not a new segment. We're bringing back shout out, no free shout out.
Yeah.
Mitch clapped twice. He put his hands together 2 times. And it's so great because this segment is brought to you by Sport Clips. Your hair may grow fast, but after going to Sport Clips haircuts, you will wish it grew even faster. That's because Sport Clips has the best seats in hair. That may or may not be because they happen to be right in front of a TV playing sports all day, every day. We know that watching sports while getting a haircut sure beats watching a reflection get a haircut, which is why Sport Clips every day is clippers and curveballs, high tops and Hail Marys, and even waves and wickets. If you're into that type of thing. Anyway, at Sport Clips, you can check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. So yeah, come watch the endless stream of sports on TV while getting an awesome haircut. Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Shout out, no free shout out.
For shout out, I've assumed someone is going to use Snow Day in a shout out. Should we just do Snow Day shout outs since we're in this tundra week?
Yeah.
Or you can just do whatever.
Yeah. I like that. I like
I just
that.
like someone's gonna be like, shout out Snow Days. It's like, yeah, but like we could be better than that.
So category of shout out, no free shout outs today is snow days,
Yeah.
is being in the snow.
I can start too if you want, or I'll go last. I just don't think people are gonna have mine probably.
Go ahead.
Shout out, no free shout out to the outdoor cooler.
Come on, man.
Get wrecked. Sorry,
I'm sending you the same photo.
Pump?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Say, hey, enjoy your beers this weekend. You just throw them in the snow.
I mean, here you can have that one. I got 12 in the back pocket. You
I
know.
don't need that one. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, I guess. Damn, sorry, my bad, guys. Outdoor coolers.
Hell yeah. All right.
We're just busting your balls anyway.
Go ahead, Mitch. Shout out ice cream.
My shout out, no free shout out, goes to being able to make snowballs and pelt your friends with them.
Anger.
Hey, come on, man. Have some enthusiasm. What's going on right now?
Mitch,
You know exactly what's going on right now. What'd you say?
Let's hear your shout out, no free shout out. Do it again.
My shout out, no free shout out, is the ability to just go outside, make a ball of snow in your hands,
Pack it in.
just pick a buddy out
Yeah.
saying, you're fucked. And then just
No ice cream for you.
no ice cream for me and just pelting. I went out to my balcony yesterday, made one and threw one at my roommate in the kitchen. Just because.
Just
Yeah.
for the love of the game.
Just yes. So
Oh, yeah,
shout out snowball fights.
All right. Good job, Mitch. Good job, Mitch. JP.
Oh man, my shout out, no free shout out, could go to so many things. I love the snow days. If I had to wrap it into one, oh my God, it's so hard. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely sledding, but there's so much that comes with sledding. Like, we're just out there at the hill. I'm talking to so many people I've never met before. So many people are out there with like trash bin tops that aren't working. I'm letting them borrow my sled, and then I'm enjoying watching them enjoy it. Then they come back up the hill. We're talking about how fun it is with this sled, all with strangers, and there's just nothing better than good, innocent fun on a snow day with people you haven't met, and the bond is there on a snow day with strangers. So my shout out goes to good, innocent fun with sledding.
Nice, dude. Well put together too. Good delivery. I like that a lot. 4.5.
Yeah, because I get to truly knowing you, I get to imagine the expression on your face, the conversation you're probably having. Be like, I know, right?
I would like. I was telling Sid, like, I could have been out there all day.
What was cool is like I made a trip to where'd I go? Where'd I go? It was closed. Oh, Whole Foods. Whole Foods was they closed early. But as I'm just driving, like you just see like random people just out walking around. Just in the middle of the street. Then you see, I saw this group of kids. They all had their sleds and they're like going through this fence, like slipping through this fence. And I'm just smiling, like, yo, that's what it's about.
Good luck following that up, Coop. Go ahead.
Coop's first shout out, no free shout out of all time.
Oh, they took all the good answers. I guess I'm doing that. 4-wheel drive. Shout out 4-wheel drive.
Time out.
Whoa.
You can use that. I just want to ask, are you sure you want to use somebody else giving you a no free shout out as your first one of all time?
No, I'll change it. All right. Shout out to he's ready for this bomb. Shout out to staying inside, staying warm, drink some hot chocolate. Baby Pig, last second. That's a good one.
Ignoring the snow at all, dude.
Hell yeah.
They got outside covered.
Oh,
My
man.
shout out before we themed it snow days, it was gonna be like good, like just good fun peer pressuring.
Yeah.
Because we basically made him like cuss, like, hey, are you sure you don't want to change it? And then he was pretty close to changing it, like, okay, I'll give up cussing.
Yeah.
Then just getting him to change his shout out. Like,
Oh my God.
my shout out, no free shout out is going to go to building snowmen. I had a great time building the snowman with Rue. I will give her a little bit of credit, even though I think we all know she wasn't very helpful. She did put the sticks in his arms. I had to kind of guide it so she didn't because again, the snow is powdery. We couldn't crush Rich Pistachio just yet. But my shout out, no free shout out, building snowmen. I had a great time, hands and knees, piling in snow and just like immersing myself in the snow.
I like that.
Thanks.
That's a good one. My shout out, no free shout out, is going to be having the proper amount of apparel on before you go outside. Being able to get bundled up, have the gloves on that fit, have the shoes on that your toes aren't going to hurt, the right pants that are good, that are not going to get wet and soggy and drip into your skin, the jacket. When you walk outside, you kind of just fall in the snow because it's the first snow day of the year, and you kind of make a snow angel. You roll around in it with the kids, and you're kind of wrestling, and you're like not cold at all. That is such a small thing that sometimes we just go out there and just do shit. Like, I want to get there, and you realize I've traveled 50 yards away from my house, and I'm freezing. And you think about getting back, you're like, my God, I'm in hell for the next.
Or your
15
feet
seconds.
are soaked.
Yes. Taking the time to be properly put together before you go outside is my shout out, no free shout out.
Well said, man.
Thank you.
Well said.
Thanks, brother. It's nice to bring that back.
Yeah.
Felt good. Felt nice.
I'll tell you what was hell is the cold tub freezing.
Yeah. Did you not break it up?
Oh, I broke it up. And I was in, obviously not hell, but I was in hell mentally.
Yeah. Did you see mine yesterday? My little red thermometer? My little thermometer needle?
Yeah,
bro. Yes. Miserable.
I thought I had frostbite for a second when I came in. I was red all over my body, like spotty red.
Mm-hmm.
My feet didn't feel good because you're like walking in the snow after, and it's just, they numb up, and it's like, oh shit, it might be over. I might be like the old boy off Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, Blackfoot.
Yeah, Blackfoot off
Stabbing a stake
Mr.
into
Deeds.
it. Because I saw Charo's post about you kind of just walking around in the back patio, and I thought, that's not it. That's nice. There's a level of getting in a cold tub, though, that makes you feel like a fucking alpha male when there's snow outside.
I didn't today.
When you sitting there and you're just looking around and you're like, I'm consciously making myself colder when it's 12 degrees outside.
Yeah.
That's some tough boy shit right there.
You do it, you just do it bare? Do you go sauna before?
I usually do. Today I did it bare. Because, your boys. Listen.
Hey, the way you kind of say, I usually, but today.
No, today I did it bare because I'm trying to get the boys ready for the next
Coop? Is
go-around.
that Cap?
Good work. Why are you trying to do this to Coop?
I think it's fun right now. He's being a good sport about it.
Yeah, maybe. He goes home and calls his parents he's in a fucking blender. Every single thing you say or do, he overthinks right now. But yeah, today I did, and today was miserable. But usually, when I say usually, I mean I've kind of gone like 50 days in a row of some sort of cold therapy, whether it's like just a cold shower or whatever. Thanks, JP. And I
Hey,
and
we
today was
hey,
the
we
first
know
day
we
I
know that
did-
one time Montana JP. Yeah.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. I did it. Sometimes I do it. Like I did it today, and I haven't put the little check mark thing up yet. But you know what? I need to fucking defend myself. You're trying to fight the fight.
We know that's coming. What is it gonna be? Day 49?
I don't know. I've actually like missed posting days too, but yeah, something around there. Yeah. You know, I'm on that Rich Eisen grind. Anyway, I fucking did it. No cold tub or nothing, boys.
Oh. Well,
What else we got?
Derrick Henry pod. This was an all-time pod. Everybody's gonna love it. From talking about Vrabel. Literally, Derrick came on. Vrabel had gotten fired like 20 minutes before Derrick came on. So we talk about Vrabel getting fired. We talk about possibly that being the last time he wore the two-tone blue. We talk about what his future looks like. We had some good old reminiscing, living in the old glory days.
Yeah, you were getting flowers.
Yeah, did I get flowers?
Yeah, he did. He was talking about the foundational pieces of the Titans, and he did. He's like, you.
Oh.
He
I'm
got you in
more.
there?
I saw him. He on Instagram. He said something about like Will likes Wendy's burgers, and I wish we would have got back into that good old
Yeah.
argument.
I kind of
Because
forgot
that was
about
a fun. That was a fun moment when we went in the next day and everyone's fucking arguing about Five Guys, Wendy's. You know,
Five Guys does trump Wendy's.
no question.
Yeah.
That's not even close.
Yeah.
But so we don't get off the rails and start.
Yeah, we don't need to
arguing
do
on
that.
it, you know.
In and out's best. But yeah, I don't need to.
Five Guys for life.
Go on.
But enjoy this Derrick Henry pod. Don't forget to subscribe, comment. You know, everybody talk about their favorite curse words or talk about Mitch's twisted question.
Give me twisted questions, please.
Either give us twisted questions or give us your resume because we might be looking for a new producer. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Enjoy the Derrick Henry episode.
Yeah.
1, 2, testing. 3, 4, testing.
Yeah, you good.
I was dropping the ball with the king on the bus, man.
It's all
That's
good.
crazy.
It's all good.
We were in Athens in September, and that Dylan Raiola kid, the #1 quarterback that ended up going to Nebraska.
Yeah.
They were like bragging around like that's the #1 kid in the class. He's coming here. He was from Arizona and moved to Georgia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're like, and he had like a Georgia headband on. Seemed like he was like the spokesman for that class. And then he dipped to go to the Huskies.
Huskers.
Huskers.
Do anybody know why?
War mode.
Why that happened? Why he flipped?
His dad played in Nebraska,
Okay.
and his uncle is the O-line coach in Nebraska. So a lot of family
Oh yeah, I did
ties.
see that. I saw that.
Yeah.
That's right.
But
But you weren't. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have been rooting for Michigan, right?
Rooting for Michigan last
in the
night.
in the Natty.
Hell no. We don't
What
get that
happened?
Michigan. Bro,
bro,
we shot ourselves in the foot way too much. And early on in that game, the way they were getting back to the quarterback, and we couldn't protect, we couldn't shoot ourselves in the foot. We just did that way too many times. We had opportunities, and we didn't take advantage of them. And I feel like it was a lot of back and forth, and in the end, they executed. We didn't.
Yeah.
Then the fucking low snaps.
Right?
I'm just like, God damn.
objectively,
Don't get me started. Don't
listen,
get me
objectively, if you look at that game, Michigan had just as many mess ups as Alabama.
started. They did. That's what I said. And
Yeah.
they executed at the end. They
And they
definitely
actually
did.
at the end.
They definitely did. I said that. I mean, we had just as many chances as they did, and they came down to executing overtime, and they did. We didn't.
Milrow tripping over the old lineman.
This is pissing me off thinking about this shit. I ain't
They
gonna
were
lie.
going crazy. Like the defensive
Yeah.
line was going nuts.
They were balling. It just
Yeah.
pissed me off.
So last night when the game was on, you were rooting for the Huskies?
Yeah, I want the Huskies to win. I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna pay my respects where respects due. Michigan, a hell of a team. Through all the odds they went through this season, they was balling. I mean, they was balling from top to bottom. I can't hate. I was rooting for the Huskies, but Michigan, the best team in the country.
As a SEC guy that knows what it's like to kind of push the boundaries of what the rules are.
What are you about to say?
That is used to kind of like being a conference that cheats. Did you guys kind of tip the cap to Michigan, all that stuff?
Well, I mean, I don't really know much about the whole thing, rather what was on social media and on TV about them cheating, which I didn't really believe.
Love that.
You know,
Love that.
about them cheating. I think they were good, and people were mad and realized how good they were. and we're trying to stop, what eventually happened, them winning this year. So I don't really get into all that cheating stuff and all that. Do that Central Michigan acting like a coach. I mean, I don't know
It's crazy.
the full details and what'll come out from it, but I don't believe that was cheating. They were just better than everybody else. That's what it was.
We'll see when it all comes out.
Will, you feel different? What about you, Will? How you feel about it?
Yeah, Will,
I think
let's
where
hear
there's
this new
smoke, there's
take.
fire. I think where there's smoke, there's fire.
I mean, it could be.
There was
but at the end of the day, when you look at it early on, to me, with them winning, it kind of felt like a sense of they wanted to stop what they thought eventually was going to happen, is just win the national championship. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think they were cheating, but I think Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. And, I feel like this year showed it. You got to give credit where credit's due, but you never know. Shit comes out later on.
Another sleeper that we haven't brought up, but Saban hired the linebacker coach from Michigan at the beginning of December. I remember that, and I was like,
work immediately.
Yeah, to work immediately.
Bro, he's actually from where I'm from. He's from Jacksonville. He was actually at Bama when I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
That linebacker coach?
Yeah, George Hilo. Yeah, he was at Bama when I came to Bama, and he left. I was so funny when I saw that. And I said, look, Georgia got big too, got swole, but that was funny. That was a funny move.
So what
he was
you're
at Bama before though.
So what you're telling me is the SEC noticed that Michigan was starting to get good at football, and Alabama sent one of their coaches to Ann Arbor for a couple of years, only to bring him back and try to foil Michigan in the Rose Bowl.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Well, the linebacker coach got fired because of like deleting files on the computer.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
That's right. And Alabama was like, "Hey, come over here.
Yeah.
Come, Joe.
Yeah, you got to get them advantages. However you can
get it how you can." That is wild. When they said, "Hey, he'll be working immediately. He will start work immediately," I thought, "Oh hell."
I was like, "Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. It's about to go down."
That's what I'm saying. I don't know all the details about all the scandals and what's really going on. I didn't really know that till y'all, said that. But yeah, I thought that was funny. But George was at Bama before. I think he just wanted to give him a little edge, which
I know.
It could have worked, but it didn't.
I know. You're being so gracious and humble about it because I want to kind of get fiery, but
no, you can't.
You're handling it well.
Expecting it.
I just remember walking in.
I saw the little post you made about whatever it was you posted.
You like it?
Jim Harbaugh dancing. I mean, you talk your shit. You supposed to, man. It's been a long time
Did you
coming.
like the post?
Did I like it?
Yeah.
I never like that shit. Hell no.
I just remember walking in with you and Rashawn Evans in the
glad,
cafeteria, and
I'm just glad
you beat Alabama. No, did you beat Alabama? No.
I'm just glad it happened when he was now he's done playing. I'm glad because it was in the building. We were still playing. I don't know if I could have dealt with Taylor then. He would have had the music playing in the locker room, the whole fight song. Hell no.
Yes, dude.
I'm glad it happened when it did. That would have been so bad.
Not playing this year. It's just not being able to.
You should have just went to the locker room after that Bama game, knowing Derrick was in there.
I was at the facility a couple weeks ago. I felt weird being there.
Well, I got a question though.
Yeah.
I was shocked that you didn't go to the game on the sideline. Is it because you were waiting on me for the next day to do this podcast?
No, I literally.
You got alive. You would just if I was.
I'm so glad.
What's
important to you?
I'm so
you
glad.
can go to Houston and come back. I mean, I appreciate that. Man.
I'm so glad you brought that up because literally, I made sure to be down on the sidelines 45 minutes before you guys really even came out, and I was hanging out there. You said hi to your girl and your daughter, and sprinted. You literally ran right past me.
I was gonna ask if you got to see him because to his point, he wanted to be at the last game, depending if it could have been your last
about the Michigan game.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sunday.
No, I was talking about the Michigan Enterprise. You weren't there for the national championship. You
I know, but we just
were
had
you on the sideline?
What
game were you on the sidelines for? Ohio State?
That was Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay.
Ohio State. Then last year I did the semifinal game.
Okay.
So I was on the sideline. But yeah, I was. I'm glad I ended up actually bringing that up because I literally put the 2K chain on.
You did. I was hoping to get a dap up too, but he was locked in.
You should have just grabbed me or this came up right because
you're
my visual because I'm at that point I'm trying to tell her to my family and get to stretching because. It's too many people. I'll be trying to...
And everyone's going,
Derrick. Yeah, I'll try to tunnel vision.
Yeah, on the whole
Because when I got there, a bunch of people were saying hey to me as well. And I was legit while I'm like, yeah. As I'm like, people are saying, what's up to me? I'm literally trying to look strictly for you. And it's so wild because I obviously was in that position too of seeing dudes before games and how like zoned in everybody is. And legit, like you see Dylan and all the boys and they're like got their fucking ready to go tough guy routine on. And knowing you playing with you for so long, you were only focused on the game.
Yeah.
I bet it was a struggle to even go say what's up to your family. Like
Yeah,
you go
well-
up like, hey, good to see you. All right, quick picture. I got to get out of here because you about to go do what you did.
Yeah, because I saw your the post you made before the game. So I was like, he'll probably come in the locker room and say what up to everybody, but
Yeah.
you didn't. So
I
at that
didn't
point,
I didn't even press to come in the locker room because a couple weeks ago, like I said before, when I came to the facility, I brought Vrabel that cowboy hat.
yeah, I remember that. Yep.
And I was like, hey, like, how am I supposed to get in here? How do you guys want me to go in? They're like, just go in. And everyone was really cool. Saw Vrabel. Was like, hey, can I go say what's up to the boys? Ended up seeing you at that walkthrough. But the whole time I was there, I was like, I feel like I was like kind of
It felt
overstaying
different.
my welcome. Yeah,
It felt
I felt
different.
like
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I'm allowed to be in here, but I also didn't want to like, oh, hey, Taylor, come on, listen, it's over. Like, you got to
Yeah,
get out of
yeah,
here. I
yeah,
didn't
it
want to
felt
like press
different.
myself a
Yes.
little bit.
Felt
So when it was like going in the locker room and stuff, I was like, I would have loved to go see what's up with the boys. But really, like, I was there for the first quarter. I literally just came there to see you because I was like, it's my boy's last game, possibly.
I seen your
The chug.
His
Chug.
beer chug.
Yeah.
I used to look at him. I actually saw the video when y'all saw Vrabel when he came out.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
looked a little more excited to see you than Taylor. I don't know.
He locked me up back
Yeah,
there. But Taylor, I think he was ready to hug Taylor, but Taylor just started wrestling him right away. I kind of
yeah.
stood there for a second. I was like, so you guys gonna like hug or anything?
Yeah, because I went to go hug him. He was like holding my hand.
Family member and treat like a,
Yeah, I think even grown. He's like, ah.
yeah. I was
I know, dude. Because I just seen him so sad in the press conferences. You know how it feels? It fucking sucks.
I
That
saw
clip.
that too. I saw that too.
And I was like, man, I want to kind of like rile him up a little bit, and he did not. It did not go well.
yeah.
I went to like give him a hug. He was like holding my wrist. I'm kind of like
Yeah, I
having
saw
Yeah, I
that.
stood there for a
I saw the
second. I
whole
was like,
thing.
he's
I'm
gonna-
like, yo, give me a hug. I tried to. I tried to.
I saw the whole thing.
Oh, by the way, hey, I mean, him getting, is that surprising to you? Vrabel getting fired?
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised. Because the body of work that Braves has had since he's been there. These last 2 years have been tough, but I feel like Braves is a great coach. He has a championship mentality. He's a leader of men, and he knows to get the best out of his players. I know it's different in the front office with the personnel that they have, and maybe they have a different vision. I'm not sure. I don't know all the details, but I thought he'll still be the coach. I thought they'll probably just talk it out and make some adjustments as time went forward and for the future of the organization. But it was shocking to me. I'm sure Braves will have plenty of opportunities or another opportunity somewhere down the road. I talked to him yesterday. I told him I'm always indebted to him. I got a lot of love for him, and with this happening, I just wish him the best, and hopefully I see him coaching again somewhere else and doing good.
Yeah, I thought that was. I mean, if everybody listening right now, like this is Tuesday.
January 9th.
This news just came out like 20 minutes ago.
It's literally
minutes
12
ago.
o'clock right now, and the news came out 15 minutes
You were
ago.
on Rich Eyes, and I like walk over to you wide eyed, like, yo, Vrabel, they got him.
And literally,
We all shocked?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was shocked. Like, I've been, only thing I know is just on the outside, like reading Twitter, reading articles and things like that. Like it seemed like there was like I'll just say power struggle for lack of a better term right now, but like some disagreement with like whether it's him in the front office or role clarity on who's doing what. Like he doesn't need to be in full control, but would like somebody who would be competent enough, I guess, to do that job. I don't know all those struggles inside that building.
fascinating though.
And then it seemed like he was up there for possibly being traded. I was also reading like he would rather be fired so that way, he would accept the buyout and then immediately go get another job because he will,
Yeah.
because he's a great head coach. So I was kind of thinking along the lines that you were like, I felt like they would get it figured out.
Yeah.
Like I get that disagreement happens at the
Yep.
top,
Yeah.
but Vrabel's like a guy who what you just said, like he's like a leader, and sometimes he's tough, but that dude is a leader of men, a leader of those guys, and he's got that championship pedigree. Like he gets it. It's not like he'll ever just be stuck in certain ways. Like we've seen him adapt and grow through our time with the Titans. I'm sure
Especially
you would this
2018 and
past year.
2019.
Yeah, for sure. I
And
mean,
it
like,
sucks losing. Like,
Yeah. yeah, but like any other coach, I mean, every coach has their ways and has their ways of doing things. But Taylor can piggyback with Braves. Yeah, he's a tough coach. Yeah, he comes from that Patriot mindset, and sometimes he does things that you don't like or you don't agree with. But at the end of the day, he means well. He's just trying to do whatever he thinks right to help the team be the best that they can. But yeah, it's definitely
he's somebody who has, like, if it's come from somebody who doesn't, and not that you ever hold coaches against not playing, but Vrabel is somebody who played 14 years. So even though it sucks, that there's not a whole lot that I can kind of go back with right now because he's been there, done that. He's just trying to help us be better.
Man, he's gonna let you know he played 14 years.
100%. 100%. I just think I don't know why, because it was very obvious early in the season that, like, just from an overall talent standpoint, like there was a lot of transition going on. A lot of guys that were used to be there aren't there. Like, you guys didn't have the ability to be true, like, contenders as the Titans had been in, like, 3 years past.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, it's not Vrabel's job to bring in new players during the season. It's the GM's job. Like, Vrabel is the dude that has proven he can have success with a lesser talented team. Like, when you got hurt and we have running backs by committee and we had the most injuries in NFL history and we still end up getting the 1 seed in 2021. Like, that's a dude that I
think picking back off that, saying when I got hurt, I still think we were pretty solid, and with, this year, one thing I would say is, like, in years past, when shit hit the fan, even when you were there, you can look to your left or your right, and when the pressure comes, the person to your left or right is going to respond. Mm-hmm. And if you need to lean on them, you can lean on them by being in those situations with them before. And this year, like you said, when you came to the facility, it just didn't, it kind of felt like out of place. And whenever I came back for OTAs earlier last year, I was talking to KB. We both kind of felt the same way. It was like, it just felt different. Mm. When we used to come back, it was kind of like that home feeling. Like, we was, the O-line was all together. Everybody knew everybody, and everybody was like, we was all family. But it was just different this year because you had a lot of young guys, and this year was like the first time I was like, it felt like they're taking a shift.
Yeah,
I don't know when it's gonna happen, but you can just feel it at some point. They're gonna shift.
You get those guys like Ben and guys like Will that, like, do a great job of, like, incorporating other position groups with other position groups and, like, keeping a glue together when you start to lose. And then you have pieces that have been there for so long, like, those guys go away. It's like there's a level of instability that's gonna come with that.
And it's so crazy because, like, in the moment in time, you just playing, having fun, and you out there balling, but you don't realize how short that window is in that moment. And, like, how good we had a team, bro. We were close. Like, we had some dogs.
Yes.
Like, we had some dogs. And it sucks that we didn't get it done. When I look back on it, and even like this year, I did it plenty of times, I was like, man, we had a team. We were solid, bro.
For like 3 years in a row.
We enjoyed each other's company. Like, in the locker room, everybody would laugh. Everybody was cool. And then it was trying to work. We worked. You know what I'm saying? And, like, and we all just, like, we all hung out. We all can joke on one another. Nobody had no egos. Everybody could hold each other accountable. Everybody, was just, like, it was that brotherhood. And in the moment, you don't realize, like, how quickly that can go by until it's gone. But, like, we had a squad, bro.
It is so incredibly rare.
That 9-on-7 run. Then the next year we went like 11-5.
Yeah, like
and
2020.
got beat by the fucking Ravens.
I know, bro.
And remember, we were standing on the sideline because we've recapped it before, but you're not even believing that it's happening until, like, late in the fourth. You're like, hang on now, like, we might lose this game.
I know, bro. I know.
And then the next year was what, 12 or 11-5 again, or 12? You guys were the 1 seed.
12-4, yeah.
You guys were the 1 seed.
Bro, it is so rare to find a team the way the Titans were built the last 6 years, we'll say.
Yeah.
Like, I would say, like, your third year until before these last 2 years. Like,
I just felt like, but I just felt like every time, like 18, we had to win and get in.
Yeah.
But 17 we got in, which it changes. 18 we didn't get in, and then 19 when we finally got in and we finally got a taste of the playoffs and we did what we did. I just felt like every time we had success, we'll let this person go, and then the next year we'll let that person go. I'm just like imagine we would have kept that squad together just a little bit longer. What could have, you feel me? What could have been?
Bro, if you would have kept AJ, if you would have kept Jonnu Smith.
Even after 19 and then Jack left, I'm just like.
Dude, Jack was, people don't realize how big of a miss Jack was.
Saying.
And it's like, it was understandable at the time that they didn't pick up his 5th-year option because he had injuries and it was kind of going back and forth. So like from a business standpoint, you understood it.
Yeah.
But bro people do not realize how consistently good Jack was in and out. Like he was going to give you the same guy every single week. That line. See, our 2016 and 2019 line were like the 2 best lines like in the NFL. It was fucking awesome. And like you said, but like it's so rare to find a team that truly like everybody for the most part got along. Like there was a couple of guys that, would butt heads, like me and Jeff would butt heads, or me and Jarrell Casey would butt heads when he was there. But like there was still a level of respect.
But that's what it's supposed to be in the locker room and with brotherhood stuff like that gonna happen. But at the end of the day, we all knew when it was time to go do our job that you were gonna do your job. Jarrell, Jeff, we were just solid from top to bottom.
There's always such a high level of accountability too, especially when you get tackled in the backfield.
Sure, and just like I told the media, I was like, between me and the O-line, back when we were rolling, like when we knew we didn't have a good game, I felt it, and all 5 of them felt it, and we knew like, oh yeah, we got to get this right. We weren't really like we would joke, and laugh in there, but we knew we got to get it right, and everybody was ready to step up, and it was just that camaraderie that we had that that was special that I never take for granted because
it's so interesting because when you're in it though, you don't realize.
That's what I was saying. You don't realize
you're in it.
I definitely this year I did a lot of it. I was like, man.
But it's so the way you were able, like this last game, we'll get into that because I feel like there's more to unpack with Harbaugh and a pass. But like the way you were able to essentially give yourself, if it is the end for Derrick in Tennessee, like the way you handled it with the speech in the stadium, the interview at the end, because that's a Derrick that not a lot of people get to see. Like you go up to the podium because you are a star, and you go and talk to people, and you give the answers in a political standpoint because you're not focused on talking to media, you're focused on talking to ball. And but you took that 5 minutes to shout out the chefs, shout out the equipment guys, shout out all the people that no one gets credit, but literally without them, we're not be able to get shit done, especially Jeb for you. Like there's just so many.
Yeah.
I think you did an incredible job. But,
and then to piggy off that, I actually forgot some people, like the trainers, like Todd, the head trainer. I appreciate him and all he's done for me, and doing whatever he can to make sure I felt good and keeping me healthy. Mike, Matt, Cam, Clay, Taki, Janice, she did a great job this year stepping in. Rachel, even our strength and conditioning staff, B. Bell, my dog, pushing me every single day in the weight room. Frank, both of them always having my best interests, and Tyler and Frank's whole staff. I just appreciate them. I forgot to shout them out, and I appreciate everything throughout the years, and I'm always indebted to y'all, and always got a lot of love for y'all as well. So just wanted to put that out there because I forgot.
We interrupt this episode to bring you Optimum Nutrition. We're going to go to the back, the push-up king himself, JP Hovey, who hosts Push-Up Tuesdays every Tuesday night on the Bussin's Instagram page. That's at 8 p.m. Central, JP? 8 p.m. Central. The camera will now go back to him as I give you guys Optimum Nutrition. Ready to unlock more in 2024? Adding gold standard 100% whey protein by Optimum Nutrition to your workout gives you 24 grams of high-quality protein to support building muscle and recovering in rich, delicious flavors. An essential piece for building a routine that can help you get more with your workouts. Available at your favorite stores like Walmart, Amazon, and at OptimumNutrition.com. Put the world's #1 sports nutrition brand to the test. Optimum Nutrition. Good shit, JP. Back to the episode.
Yeah, you bring up the accountability point where you talked about the offensive line, and when we had a bad game, there's multiple times where we would be on a plane ride back from a game that we lost, that we didn't have the yards we wanted, we didn't have the protection we wanted.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be like you, me, Ben, the whole line, and we would literally be huddled around one iPad, and just dissecting that 2-hour flight, whatever it was, dissecting every single play, where things could have been better and not better, like an hour after the game.
And then one thing you said about accountability, if I had a run and I felt like, something different could have happened, what would I come to you and ask? What would I say?
You say, well, it was not. It was always a run that was not good, and it was obviously my fault. You'd be like, Taylor, what happened there? What happened on that run? Like, dude, you know what the fuck happened? Okay, I missed
you would
my
come
ball.
to me, and y'all would come to me and be like, "Hey, you gotta if you press a little bit more, I'm gonna come off and snap off." It was just we just had that same.
It shows like how important like all that veteran leadership is too. Like,
sure,
as different as it probably felt, I'm sure this year, it's like with all the new faces and they just kind of don't know, they don't know how to sink or swim, especially around a tough staff like Braves can be at times. It's like when you have the vets, it can be like water off your back because you kind of know what time it is, whether or not somebody's being grouchy or whatever. And you guys lean on each other on like, because anytime bad game happened, the O-line would always talk about it, like, Taylor would literally always say, we got to get Derrick his 2,000-yard season. We got to get Derrick this. And you would hold them accountable.
For them,
right, exactly. You want to like make them proud by running behind them, and because they would just move the line of scrimmage, but you just always felt that conversation. With young guys, it's a lot more of like that. They're just trying to get like, man, hopefully I can stick around this year. Hopefully I can be here next year. There's a lot more of that individual style because of versus the continuity that you guys had because you guys got to play together for so long. And then when somebody new would come in, they would kind of just fall in line because at least 3 or 4 of the O-linemen would still kind of be there.
And speaking of O-line and having that chemistry, when you think right now, who to who is the best O-line in the league?
Best O-line in the league's probably
How about the head?
49ers. The Eagles are great.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
And how long?
Yeah, Eagles.
How long you think that Eagles group been together?
Jason and Lane have been together for 10 years.
Long time.
Exactly. You feel me?
They have anchors in that room.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You need that. That's like a foundation. When guys come in there, they know, those two they gotta, live up to, and they know they're gonna come to work and do their job, and it's just standing in that room.
It was a massive disservice, me and Ben both getting hurt and getting cut the last year. Like you would hope that one of us stayed for one more year.
That
like if
hurt
Ben
me,
was
I
here
hate
for
it.
one more year, because then when you have the new guys come in, they have that leader to kind of, all right, this is how we're going to hold the room. This is how things are going to be handled in the room, type of stuff. Because you brought it up a bunch, like with Vrabel, very hard coaching.
Any coaching staff too,
yeah,
not just the Braves staff. Like any staff you're on, when you're young, you're kind of like sink or swim.
Yeah, and when you have two different type of veteran groups, the veteran groups that get in the small corners, the losers that bitch and complain, and then you have the veteran groups that understand, like, yes, okay, Vrabel's being hard or whatever coaching staff's being hard on us, but there's a level of success that we know can happen, and so it's like kind of like a therapy session between all the guys.
And you're just embracing the suck together. You know how to embrace it versus like kind of do your own thing and not necessarily have a pulse on everybody.
Taylor, Roger, Ben, Nate, Jack, Dennis Kelly, Quiz,
David Lee.
And Ty stepped in 2020 and did a great job as well. So, and Brew too. Brew stepped in and came in and grinded. I told Brew that this year. I was like, man, you grinded, for everything. And you worked your tail off to get where you are. But yeah, man, we had a solid group.
It's weird when all the vets leave and you basically are the old head in the locker room.
Exactly. It was definitely a different feeling.
yeah.
It was
Especially after KB got traded, I bet. Then you're the lone soldier because you and KB were the same class or same draft class.
That was different.
That had to be. What was that like for you with KB? Because when you were talking about OTAs, like how it didn't feel like a home.
Yeah.
KB was on the show, and we didn't talk about it on the pod, but he was alluding to the similar feelings after when the three of us were kind of talking. I think Delaney was there too because we had a meeting with Delaney for the Slips and Picks show. So there was a known understanding that the Titans weren't going to be the Titans of old this year. Yeah. I think it was known everywhere. That's why it's so crazy that they're going to fire Vrabes. There had to be some true Game of Thrones type stuff going on for Vrabes to get out of there, or maybe Vrabes wanted out. I really don't know what it is. Oh, no way.
You can call me right now. I'll call him back. Huh? You want to answer it?
Yeah, answer it. Just say you're on the pod, and then that way, if he does want to.
Hey, KB, I'm on Bussin with the Boys. I'm gonna call you back when we get done. Nah, you good. All right, bet.
I was hoping you talked to
Or
him a little
news
bit.
travels.
Yeah.
News travels.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, quick.
But no, yeah, it was. I ain't gonna lie. I was hurt a little bit, like you said, because I came in with KB, and we were probably like the vets in the group who've been, they're the longest between all the everybody that was there. And when they traded him, I was just like, dang. I mean, they trade KB. I might be out of here too, because like when you think of a Titan, I feel like KB represents all of that and more. So that's when I knew it was getting real. And what I was wondering, what I felt when I first came back was it was definitely happening. So it's a business, and at the end of the day, the Tennessee Titans gonna look out for what's best for the Tennessee Titans, and everything got an expiration date. It's just some are more sooner than others. So, but yeah, man, it's definitely a different year. When I thought KB would have got traded and not me, nah. But everything happened for a reason.
Did you think you were going to? Because you were obviously in a lot of speculation. I'll say I don't know how many conversations were taking place.
Well, I feel like it was close. It was close.
For real?
Like yeah.
You know something?
It was close. It was close, boys. It was close.
To who?
It
was in the playoffs.
Yeah. It was. I know 2 for sure. It was. I mean, I don't know the other one. I don't know if that would have happened, but one of them, I felt like it was pretty close.
What makes you
A lot went down between that little saga with the trade and all that stuff.
Were you wanting to? Were you wanting to go to this team, or were you fully against going to this team?
No, I mean at that time, I didn't know what was going on. KB had got traded, so I'm trying to wrap my head around that. I'm just like, dang, and then after that happened, I'm just like, well, maybe they finna get all of us out of here. So at that time, I'm just trying to figure out, what's going on my side with my team, and talking to my agent and everything, seeing, what he can find out, because all this stuff is out on the internet about me being shopped and me being traded. So I'm like, I had to let my girl know. I mean, I didn't know what was going on, but yeah, I felt like it was, it almost went down. I think so.
Because too, like when they trade KB, it's like if you're trying to win at this moment versus like rebuild, move on, you're not trading somebody like KB. Like that's one of the most vocal guys. Not that you're not a vocal guy, but it's like when you speak, you listen because, hey, Derrick's stepping up here in the huddle and saying something right now.
Yeah.
But KB's a guy, you don't have to, like, he just takes command, and you
circle up before
you
the
get to
game.
be yourself even more, because you got those guys like Cam, like the Bens of the world, who's just going to speak up. So then when you're getting rid and moving on, I'm sure from your shoes, you're like, maybe they are just fully just cleaning house, about to move on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
When you're talking about this possible trade situation, what is kind of holding you back from speaking more about it right now?
Because I don't really know how close it was. I just know I felt like it was close. I felt like it was pretty close.
And were you getting that? Were you getting that feeling from the agents?
Yeah, kind of, because I felt like this team really, I guess, really wanted me to, come over and be a part of what they had going on. But at the same time, I don't really know, the communication between both sides. But to my acknowledgement, I felt like it was pretty close.
Hey, there's 2 teams in my head.
How big of a need was the running back position for this team at the time?
I don't think it was needed that much, but I think could I have enhanced a pretty good bit for damn sure. And
Who do you
I
think
feel like
it
they
is?
were already. I feel like they were already solid, but it would have been. I feel like it would have been hell to pay.
They would have gone from contenders to contenders.
It would have blew up.
Who do you think it is?
I got 2 teams in my head, and they're both in the AFC. Can you say if it's yes or no in the conference? I know,
Yes.
Both AFC.
Yes.
Okay, so that takes away one of mine, actually.
I think the way he says it would have exploded, that leads me to believe more of the Ravens.
Same.
Because I would also think at that time too, like when you're in a duo, and I could see like Callahan and who's the head coach for the Browns? With Chubb
Stefanski.
going down, like you would almost like try and figure something out because Derrick could plug and play there.
Yeah, the Browns is a run heavy team. They're a team that would take Derrick and be like, okay, we see what the Titans have done with him. Let's do the same thing.
And I think who is it? Is it Jerome Brown? Who's the running back?
Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford. And,
Jerome Brown.
Yeah, Jerome Ford and like Kareem, like throughout the year, like they would be considered solid, but he would enhance. Same with the Ravens. I don't necessarily, I don't know who the starter is right now, but it seems like they're solid, but with the mix of enhancement, and it would have exploded. That leads me to believe Baltimore.
Yeah,
because there's always been speculation of Lamar and Derrick in every offseason, right?
That'd be nuts.
The Titans trying to get Lamar when Lamar's deal was up. And I'm mostly looking at you, so that way he can just sit.
You want Derrick to feel comfortable about it right now because you don't want to press him too hard about it. I get it. Massage it.
Well, the Ravens running back was Gus Edwards, Gus Bus, who is pretty solid, top 5 in touchdowns, and Justice Hill, who was like the kind of like the scat back for them, who was pretty solid as well. Then they had the rookie that was going off for a little while, and he ended up hurting his knee. But no, they were pretty solid and
stable. Cleveland enhancement, enhancement potential.
Jerome and Jerome Ford definitely stepped in. He was balling.
Yeah.
And Kareem, he's been solid for a while. So yeah, but it was. I felt like it was pretty. It was close. It was pretty close.
So Baltimore
and some stuff happened in between that kind of but it was. I felt like it was close.
I want to ask so bad about what happened in between.
I know. I can't. I don't want to put too much.
If you don't listen,
at the end of the day,
that's what the boys is not about.
He's not under.
Just say it got interesting for sure.
Yeah,
because he is still technically right now under contract with the Titans, right?
Yeah, until March 14th.
Yes, to March.
Is this your last year of the deal?
Yeah,
I'm a free agent, man.
Has it been 4? My gosh, man,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
it really is. I mean, with the Vrabel thing happening, because we can go down this lane now, but I think with Vrabel leaving, it's truly like that space of like 16
the Titans
to 20, 21 Titans is gone.
Yes, end of an era.
It's just a piece of fun history that Titan fans can look back on and be like, hey, that was a really cool time. The team that probably should have done it but didn't do it.
Yeah, we should have done it.
19 and 21, we should have done it.
We should have done it.
I really thought too in 19, bro, that we were actually going to do it.
I found out from somebody that 19 that like when we went up, what did we go 10-0? What?
We're first quarter against Kansas City.
I heard that the NFL was pulling out the stage and the shirts and hats for us
already.
Yeah, they were pulling out the stage for us.
Bro, we should have ran away with that.
I know that
y'all really should have, man. Because I remember watching that game and y'all were firing.
If Mahomes don't scramble before halftime,
yes, bro.
I'm like, oh my.
And not the shit on the D, but the effort style of trying to get him to the ground. Like I know that they were tired because they were driving on him.
It's 2 minutes.
I know.
Hold them to 3.
I know, bro.
You hold them 3, we win that game. Pop pass. Got a little pop pass.
Dennis scored. Dennis did the
raise.
I was like, oh man, it's over.
I really
thought. Asked from my dear Lord and said, can I just experience that one more time? That shit was like magical,
dude.
Like it was like, in the moment I was so young and not realizing like what was really going on. I remember after we lost that game, Dion was like, man, I'm like, why you so down? He like, bro, he was like, you don't understand, like it's hard getting back here. I'm like, man, we're gonna be good. He like, no, bro, it's hard getting back here. And it is. You know, you don't realize how small a window you got and how much you got to capitalize on it. But man, now like looking back, I'm like, man, that was like, I don't know, it was like a movie. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It was like a movie. From like playing the Texans and, you know,
even before that,
getting in, and then going to New England, beating New England, and it was my birthday, going in there, beating New England, and Tom Brady sending them home, and then going to Baltimore.
Bank.
If you, that energy and how that stadium was before that game, I was like, oh man, this it right here, this playoff football and the whole like going in there, they were number 1 seed, and then going to being able to play in the AFC Championship. I mean, it was all away games, but it just didn't. It felt like a.
Y'all knew you were the underdog.
It felt like home.
Because you guys
a
started
wild ride.
2-4, and then it was the Kansas City Chiefs, and then a bye week. So it's almost like, well, season's pretty much over.
2-5.
And
Here
then
y'all beat KFC and then just go on the run.
But it was so crazy because early that year we had BKC at home.
Right,
So
right.
yeah,
To
so
go on that
was
run.
like, it was just like,
But
man.
do you know that when we played Kansas City at home, they were up 10-0 in the first quarter?
Yeah,
And we
that's
ended up
wild.
losing. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But the thing that it even goes back to before Houston, because we were, I think, the last 5 games of the year, we need to win 4 of the last 5 to make it. And it turns into one of those things where you're like, hey, let's just hope for the best. And you win 2, and you're like, oh shit, we could really, this team lost. And then there's like one more that's like, we just got to beat Houston.
And the identity of running the ball was at full.
Yeah,
Dude, it literally like ascension like you've never seen, bro.
Yeah, because you remember before we went on our little run, we went to Denver and got whooped.
Smack.
Then we had that team meeting.
Yes.
And then everybody was just like, man, like nobody knew what was going to happen. And they ended up making a quarterback change. And then I think after that we played the Chargers. They ended up getting the stop. Yeah, 4th down stop. And then that's when it started to turn around.
And then you played.
And it was, bro, it was like the vibes were so high, like that year, like after we beat the Chargers, because it was like we was winning, and like Braves was like walk through every day. Like we wasn't even like, I was like, man,
fresh.
She was giving me off like Wednesday, Thursday, I'll practice Friday. The vibes were like immaculate at that time. And
You
it
know
was
it's
like,
good when Friday's the hardest practice of the week.
yeah, that was
Yes.
it. We was rolling. That shit was fun.
Well, I don't know about you, but when we got into the playoffs, it was like, all right, now we got to go play Patriots. In our past, I think we played Patriots once in the playoffs, got donkeyed. But I was thinking to myself, all right, like maybe we can put up a fight here. I really
Remember
did not
though,
think
in
like,
18, we whooped them at home.
yeah, but I also thought like Brady, everyone's talking about
Lion.
It's his story. It's his storyline. It's the Patriots are having their like final last dance.
Right.
And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know if we can beat the Patriots, that'd be sick. But in my head, I was like, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
bro.
I thought the same thing with Kansas City that year too when we were playing in the regular season.
Bro, and it's so crazy because like I'm being dead serious. Honestly, I really didn't know like how like the experience is fun, but I didn't know like the significance of what we were doing. I was just like in the playoffs, we winning games, like I just having fun. I didn't realize like, like
this could be the only time.
Like we a game away from the Super Bowl until I'm just like
game away.
We were 3 quarters away, dude.
And I remember talking to the going to Miami after we lost, and FedEx talking to people at FedEx was like, man, we were going like unload in Miami, like we were going to buy every suite. Like Arthur's dad was like, I mean, it was like I was like, man, and it's just
the
like
way everybody was, the families were talking about traveling. Like we had that watch party when y'all played the Ravens, and it was shoulder to shoulder. And that first play action, was it Khalif Raymond?
That was a turnover. That was in the first quarter.
Yeah, first quarter, like the first big, like a big play, like just the eruption.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, yo, they're gonna fucking do it.
Yeah,
because I think Lamar was the MVP that year. Like they were like VP.
And Derrick kind of touched on this already. I have never, like, Kansas City is really loud. Seattle's really loud. I have never seen an environment like the bank in that game. That specific game, when the crowd was so loud before, like after the national anthem, it was so loud. It was deafening, as if it was 3rd and goal for the game.
Like I got chills, bro. I got chills
right now. They're announcing players, and people are getting the loudest eruptions. Let's talk about a center getting the loudest eruption. Some guy who's like a tight end just getting a loud eruption. Lamar comes out, towel around his neck, and the place fucking blew up.
Crazy. I was like, oh shit.
Because once we beat the Patriots, and I was like, oh shit, hey, if we can beat the Ravens, we will go to the Super Bowl.
And then Earl had said that, and his like,
he said
that fucking shit for him too.
Bro, it was
over.
It was crazy.
Like that. Earl, I got 200 on y'all. That little clip is so funny. Dude, that was pull up the highlights. Just pull up the highlights, dude.
Good times.
That game.
And then after that year,
look at like
dude, we ran. We ran Wanda on 3rd and 1. It was 3rd and 1. We ran Wanda, and Wanda's a open side, outside zone that literally can only be ran to like a 6-man box. It has to be like everybody. They brought everybody on the line. 2 guys off the edge, and Jonnu misses his block, and the guy bounces off Derrick, and he runs it for what, 50 yards? It was just everything we did. We cannot. We literally could not be touched. This is lucky. Look at that. They bring so much pressure.
Yeah, this erupted.
Dog,
We erupted.
That was, and that happened. It's like, oh my God, we're gonna win this game.
No,
We're gonna win this game.
my moment was when I knew we win that game when they got that 4th down stop on Lamar, and then he kind of like
3.
Yeah, but on that it was like that first one. I was like, oh yeah, it's on.
Man, this one did scare me a little bit there, but bro, yeah, that was like the best environment I truly have ever seen in a football game.
It was on. It's 2 games. I was like, man, this felt like college. It was that game, and then Seattle in 2021 when we beat them in overtime. I was like, Seattle, like, because we were.
Oh yeah, because that was when injuries were racked up. Like I want to say AJ.
Ooh. No.
Julio was down too, right?
No, Julio played. I think did AJ? I think
2021. That was the second game. That was the second game of the year.
Is that the one that you got hurt pregame?
Pregame.
Yes.
Yeah,
I got hurt right in pregame for that game.
Yeah.
And it was like, how bad were you guys down?
We were down pretty. I think we were down like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up coming back and winning in overtime.
Because even from this
how loud it was. I couldn't. Like, I remember we were sitting down. I couldn't even hear. Like I had to tell Tane, I'm like, bro, you got to talk louder. I cannot hear. I can hear nothing you saying.
Just mouthing stuff and hoping you're getting the whole play.
I know.
It was. Isn't it crazy? Like being where you're at in your career now.
I remember that. I was like, Lord. I was, ooh, wee.
Isn't it crazy? Like being at this point in your career and looking back on this and being like, I really didn't appreciate it as much as I really should have appreciated it.
Bro, I literally been thinking this whole season. Like, I wish I would have been more present in the moment and realizing what was really going on and how special that time was. Even like with football, and then how close like everybody else, girls, wives, and how close this like everybody was, man. It was just time that, don't come around too often.
No, it doesn't.
I know, man.
Just sitting here, literally a bunch of guys talking about the good old days right now.
And then with, Coach Vrabel getting fired today, it's kind of like, that was the book closed.
And in those moments, you think it's going to be forever.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going on the run because.
Like, you ain't even think, like, you think we think about you possibly not playing, in the next 3 or 4 years, you doing it. You probably like, we on top of the world. Like, we finna, do this for a long time. And
in 2019 and 2020, I was playing like the best football of my life. And I was like, bro, maybe I'm just the Tom Brady of offensive linemen. It's like,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe I'll never get old, dude. It was the coolest thing with the offensive line was we sat down in, what year did you get 2000? 2018?
No, 2020.
2020?
2018 is when the Jaguar 99-yard run.
Yeah. So 2021, we're sitting down, we're like going through goals as a team. And the first goal was get Derrick 2000 again. Because no one's done it 2 years in a row. It was the first goal where Vrabel came in the next day and he's like, hey guys, like, I love the fact that you want to get Derrick the record or whatever, but we should focus on like a whole team, not just individual accolades. We're like, all right, yeah, Vrabes. He walked out and literally everyone was like, get Derrick 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
That was, and you would have had it too.
And that's what was so like, that's what made the whole thing so different. That's why, we had so much success we had because we was so invested, like, in one another and, the success that we had. And when we didn't, we like, hey, what's going on? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and we could do that amongst one another with no egos getting involved. We might have been mad, like, man, shut the fuck. But we never really.
Right. It just sucks too, like the high level of urgency that you all had in this season, going on the 9-7, getting to the AFC Championship, knowing how hard it is, and then the next 2 years we're literally placed in better. We're sitting in better situations record wise and. Getting getting 2 home games.
For sure, yeah.
And just couldn't come together. You get past the Bengals in that first round, dude. We're going. Like your first game back, like you obviously like you got to feel it out a little bit. You got to like, you got to get the rust off.
Mm-hmm.
And we just couldn't fucking put it together. We ran 54-1 on 3rd and 1.
That year I
man
didn't
box, and I was
coming off of my foot, and I always wish I could have played better. Um, D4 Foreman was balling. I don't know, man. I was so excited to play. I don't know. You've been away for so long, and you come back, you just want to get in there and make something happen. I don't know. I was just, that game, man. I wish we could have just made it happen. That was it right there.
Yeah.
Because it was all coming through Nashville.
Yeah.
All coming through Nashville.
All coming through Nashville.
Well,
All we needed to win that game, and it would have been us and KC again in Nashville.
And we're taking that.
That would have been the game.
You talk about eruption, dude. That game when they did all the intros for everybody, and it was your first game back, sold out crowd at Nissan Stadium.
Knowing that Derrick had a chance to come back when he broke his foot at that time.
That was.
They're saying Derrick can come back.
I still think about that game all the time.
The probably one of the sadder moments was at the Colts game.
I mean, he played on a broken foot the whole game.
Played a broken foot the whole game, and then
I knew it early. I'm like, something ain't right. Then at the time, like, I started walking. It's hurting, but I feel like I can still go a little bit. But yeah, I knew it was broke early in the game. I knew it was
when we went to
you were on my fantasy team. I tried trading you, knowing that the information I knew. I was like, hey, I'll go ahead and trade Derrick. He's like the #1 running back in the league. And like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. And so I was trying to trade him. And then they came back around like, hey, Will, did you know about this broken foot? I was like, yeah.
Character.
Yeah. I was like,
but with that locker room, we were sitting there. It was me and Ben sitting there just kind of waiting for you because you're doing x-rays and everyone kind of piled out. We're like, let's hope it's not bad. And you just walked in, dude, seeing your face and saying like, it's over. That's what you kept saying. It's done. It's over. Foot broken. I was like, oh my God. Because you were on a pace.
I have a good game. That game wasn't, well, my foot was broken, but.
You had 68 yards on a broken foot.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what are we talking about?
You already had 1,000,
No, I had
right?
I had like 900. Almost. If I could have had a better game with that 1,000, but
Week 6.
No, I know. Like
almost 1,000 yards in week 6.
He was gonna get it back to back.
Bro, if I could have,
he would have got the record. He would have got the record.
He would have crushed the record.
That's the season. It would have been on, but everything happened for a reason. I'm like, damn.
Because the extra game was thrown in there, and he would have demolished the record. Because the year before he got to 2,000, it was at that Houston game where you needed.
It was always Houston.
100 and how many yards?
No.
Hell no.
100 and how many yards going into that last game of the season when you got your 2K?
2K. I needed.
You need something like 200.
I needed 200 and. I want to say like 233, 230 something.
That was nuts.
I remember because I was at 1777 after we played Green Bay. And my girl's brother is big on numbers. And he was like, bro, that's 777. He's like, you're going to get it.
Jack?
He texted me, he's like, 777, you're going to get it.
Top, click on the
I remember the game.
Click on game log. Go up to stats where it says stats right under his name. Go over to game log.
I was at 1777 after
and then Green go to Bay. The right year.
I remember that.
Top right.
Yeah, scroll down.
Because I was
yeah, 250, 34 carries, 250, averaging 7.5.
Yeah, because I remember that Green Bay game because I remember Brave took us out early, and I could have broke Barry Sanders' record of the most consecutive 100-yard games on the road. I was at like at 93 yards. I needed 7 yards, and I wanted to go back in, but I was just like, no, you know what? It is what it is. Game is over. No reason.
Yeah, that game was crazy too because you look at something like, hey, Derrick needs 222 yards or 23 yards, whatever it was, and you think like no shot.
I knew like.
I knew we had a
going
shot,
in the game. I was like, man, I'm not gonna get it. But after that, like first, like couple of series, I was like, oh man, I was like,
cooking. And then they started to cut. Then they came back,
bro. Look, I'm
because we were up by what, like 17 or 21 or something.
I'm telling you, we were up that game. I remember we had an outside zone play, and I cut back across the middle, and I was breaking free, and somehow Zach Cunningham come out and hit the ball,
swings his arm backwards and hits it.
I tell you right now, and I promise you, I would have ran for 300 yards. That did not happen.
That was a insane play.
That truly was. He was getting off a block from Quiz and just swung his hand.
the whole momentum shifted after that. I was like, oh my God.
Top 3 most mad you've probably ever been.
And I ended up fumbling like twice that game, and I only had like
Because they were
one.
coming back. I mean, we were up.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were talking like, yo, we got the South locked up.
Yeah, we were.
Just won the division.
I remember talking to T, the D-line coach, and he's like, we're trying to get the best deep rushing defense. Like, everyone was talking about, hey, you got a couple series, you're out.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, my God. And they started coming back. It actually ended up working out that they came back because you wouldn't have got 2,000. This was what a game.
Crazy.
Look at all this people.
Hey, boys.
Oh, this wasn't it. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was as I wanted to highlight something.
Go ahead.
My first season, no fumbles. Can we get a clap? I said my first season.
Yeah. Knock on wood if you're with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a long time coming, man. I always wanted to do that in my career.
Got it done.
Got it done.
Little notch on the belt.
I mean, you had, and by the way, congrats. How many Pro Bowls now?
4. Would have been 5 if my foot could have held on a little longer.
Damn, you didn't get
That's
Pro
such
Bowl
an
that
athlete
year?
thing to say.
No, bro. They
it's like-
when you
it's
go
like
on IR, you can't. Yeah, you can't be on the ballot for voting because.
Which is wild because Jeff made the Pro Bowl this year.
That's what I said.
I'm telling you, because
I was like,
Wild.
TJ Watt got hurt last year, and he still like some dudes make it just off name alone.
That's
I
what.
think what has to
TJ
happen
Watt
is-
got it one year.
And still finished 9th, and I missed 9 games in the league. In
Yeah,
rushing.
that's great. Because then all of a sudden, remember they started talking about Jonathan Taylor as the MVP,
Yeah.
and they were like, what, 300 yards behind you?
It don't matter. He was balling though, but yeah, it
I
was
mean, he
just-
was, but imagine where you would have been at that year, at that point in the year.
Damn.
Let's just speculate. Are you getting 2,300 yards, you think?
I think I would have broke the rushing record.
No, no question. What is the
Like
record?
2105.
2104. Is it 05?
2105.
How do you think you would have
I'm gonna have to
reset it
check
at
that.
2,300?
I think I probably would have rushed for. I think I probably would have rushed close to 22.
That would have been a moment too.
'Cause, bro,
You'd almost like to break it in the 17 weeks, so that way there's a shadow of there's no doubt.
exactly.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh, he got it because
special.
the extra game. Like the extra game, you just want to pad it.
What could have been, man? What could have been?
I mean, we're already looking at a Hall of Fame career, brother. Like,
hope
there's a
one
lot of
day.
there's a lot of things we can look back on, which we're about to do. But we got a Hall. You're sitting on this bus. You're gonna be a Hall of Famer someday,
I hope so one day.
bro. You will.
think I
I'm
booked
telling
one.
you.
Yeah, Super Bowl, man.
I'm telling you. The minute you hang it up, 5 years from that moment, you will be a Hall of Famer.
Appreciate that. I hope so.
All right, we interrupt this episode to bring you Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol, full of flavor, very refreshing. Twisted Tea goes down smooth. There is no carbonation, what makes it easy to drink all day long. Twisted Tea feels fun and celebrates extreme fandom on game day, especially during the playoffs. Twisted Tea is the perfect alcohol/beverage for a game day, whether tailgating in a parking lot, watching at a bar, or watching with friends at home. Twisted Tea is there to turn up your game day. Keep it twisted. Grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today. Let's get back to this episode. And now we'll go back to the things we regret. So, of all the things in your
I
career,
thought there's so much more to talk. Can we like? Well, y'all have nothing? I mean, like we got so much more to talk about. What?
we got all the we can talk as long as
Boys
you
are
want.
catching up.
Of all the things in your career
It
with
was
the
fun to
Titans,
reminisce on all that.
what do you wish you did differently? Like, what's something that you wish you handled differently, did differently in your game? Like something that was like, if I wish I could have fixed X, Y, and Z.
The first 2 years,
Yeah.
because I was just like, my head just wasn't in it. I was just like, had the why me's
Mhm.
rather than just embracing it and, just attacking it different. That's the thing. I wish I could have just started better than 18, having a better approach because I had the why me's in 16 and 17, which I ended up being able to start, that later in the season, the playoffs in 17. Then when 18 came, I wasn't doing what I needed to do to do what I wanted to, and it ended up, biting me through the season. But later on, I ended up doing what I needed to do and finally hitting stride. I think that's the only thing, and not winning the Super Bowl. That's always gonna be in the back of your mind.
Yeah, just
when you get that close and being with the organization as long as I have been, you just wish you could have brought at least one here. Because I hate seeing that only teams that haven't won the Super Bowl. I hate seeing
every year it comes out. It comes out right after the Super Bowl.
That'd probably be my biggest regret. I remember when I first got here, used to always try to get me to talk, and
Always.
it was just, I don't know, my head was just wasn't in it.
That's like part of the growing too. It's like
sure.
obviously hindsight's 2020, but being a young player, you get drafted. DeMarco Murray's here. Like even when, it was my first year in 18, but that staff with LaFleur and them, like they, not that they were favoring somebody or the other, but they were really trying to get Dion in the picture. I want to say, if I remember back in old podcasts and you talked about it, it was like maybe that was the year you and Eddie talked or whatever, where you feel like you're trying to do too much, but.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the growth, right, of every player. But unfortunately, you were somebody who was able to have the awareness enough to know, like, I got to start leaning this way, like into my strengths here, mentally here. And
because Mark Ingram helped me out a lot because I always call him and talk about everything. He just told me to be patient. Everything that happened the way I wanted to. My coach Burton Burns from Alabama, I call him a lot. Sean Alexander will always reach out to me, send me quotes from the Bible, just motivational messages that'll help me every day. And they played a big part in that as well. So I just want to highlight them. And then me always looking up to Eddie. Anytime I see him, he always had advice. And he came to a game we played in London in 18, and he felt like I could have played better. And then when they made the change, I reached out and then he gave me some advice, and the rest was history. But I sent y'all that article, the athletic, the guy that came out the article. She did a great job, but I ain't no wannabe Cowboy. I ain't never say that. I said I thought the Cowboys were going to draft me, but I ain't no wannabe Cowboy. I feel like whatever was supposed to happen happened. And this is where I was supposed to be. But I just wanted to clear that up. And I definitely wanted to say I didn't mention Delaney as one of my vets who was a great leader, a great teammate, and somebody that was always positive and gave me advice, always had good energy in the locker room, and somebody who always made plays when the play needed to be made. And I got a lot of love for D-Walk.
Derrick's awesome.
Now that, because obviously, like, you're etched in stone as a Titan legend for eternity. But looking back, when you were pre-draft and everything else, did you have spots you were hopeful to go to, like just being a fan of certain teams?
I was going to the Chiefs as the Titans didn't make that call.
Imagine if he was on here.
Where did you want to go, though?
Yeah, where did you want to go? Like, I'm just talking, like,
I wanted to go to Atlanta.
I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Miami. I wanted to play for the Dolphins. That's where I wanted to go. That's where I thought I was going. And I thought possibly I was going to go to the Panthers. I thought it was a slim chance I might end up at the Cowboys, but I figured they would probably take Zeke when they did. And then, I visited Seattle, but I didn't think I would go there. And then I remember the Giants called me during the draft, and then Kansas City called, and Titans had to pick for them, and Titans ended up selecting me. But KC told me they were going to draft me.
What was your first reaction when you got drafted by the Titans?
I was shocked.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked. But
they won
was there
5
at the
games
time,
in 2
so I
years.
was like, Nudi's there, so I'll be straight. But I just didn't understand it at the time because they had just traded for DeMarco, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what?
Right.
I didn't know what their vision was. I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked. And my dad, I was shocked for sure.
How'd you feel about that?
But he was just like,
I don't know.
I was just shocked. I seen them call 600. I was like, man, ain't no way. And my dad was like, you better pick up that phone. I was like, I would pick it up, and then I ended up answering. But yeah, I was shocked though. It was just crazy.
Yeah, I saw in that article. I was surprised. I didn't know that Malarkey got fired after Amy had said that he was being retained.
Yeah, we played Kansas City that year in the playoffs, and it was very well known throughout the team that if we didn't win this game, he was going to get fired. I was hoping we lose the game.
That's right. I like him.
No, I would never hope to lose the game, but I did not like malarkey. And then we played the Patriots. We got dusted by the Patriots. I think we scored 1 touchdown, and it was Corey Davis. It was his first touchdown of the year, his rookie season.
Yeah, that was a good article, and a lot of things I didn't really know about. You know that
I was gonna say very in depth, like a big time storyline, like back from the beginning.
Yeah.
There's that was really well written. A lot of good sources. It's
That's not so much Jarrell thought I didn't like him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he might have thought that, but I always had love with Jarrell. I saw somebody thought I didn't like him because of what he said, but that's him as being a leader. But I ain't never had no problem with Jarrell. Jarrell's always been.
People thought you didn't like Jarrell Casey,
but Jarrell thought that because there was a point in time where I was I went back to school and didn't show up to OTA because I was finishing up school trying to graduate, and I came a little later. He was just sending out a message of people who didn't show up, but I mean, I didn't feel no type of way about, towards him about that.
well, your first couple years, it was very difficult to know whether Derrick liked you or not.
Yeah, no, I was very quiet. Like I said, I was just in my head, and I wish I would have been more attacking and more I don't know, just more embracing the moment rather than why this, why that. It was just a lot. It was just a lot. I was just hard on myself about, and the whole situation.
Was it your mentality, you think, that was the biggest problem? Or was it like picking up the playbook? Was it the speed of everything? Like, that was difficult for you in the beginning?
I don't know, bro. I just didn't like it. And I was just like looking at everybody else that I knew and the places they were at. I was like, man, why didn't I end up there? Or why am I here? Or, just had all these questions rather than just going to get it. Like, just, forget it. Like, make the best of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's the mindset I should have had, but I was just like, didn't like the situation I was in, and dwelling on it too much.
Mm-hmm.
The cool perspective you get to have now is like when you were younger, all these guys that like Zeke going to the Cowboys, these other guys are in better spots essentially from like a record standpoint, from a franchise standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Like you now get to have the narrative of being like you were able to make a franchise cool, like give people a reason to root for the Titans, and like go from, because when you got in there, we win 5 games in 2 years. You get in and it was 9-7, 9-7, 9-7. Like you were a part of taking a franchise, a poverty franchise, for lack of a better word, that no one really cared about. That a city was like, hey, by the way, there's a game on Sundays if you want to go catch that. But look at all the stuff there's to do here. You gave people a reason to be like, yo, the Tennessee Titans are cool. Like this is cool, and this is why it's cool. This is look at their running back. Who's that guy? He's massive. Oh, it's Derrick Henry. Who's Derrick Henry? Oh, he won the Heisman. Oh, he just ran 99 yards.
Look at this.
He just did this. Highlight. Yeah, look at the stiff. Like you, instead of being somewhere that's already established as, we'll just use cool for lack of a better word, cool, you now get to be like, at this time frame in life, you were a big reason why a franchise was evaluated and kids were like, I want to root for this team.
Yeah. I appreciate that. And that's why, I said what I said on my Instagram post. I hope I left the fans with something that they could smile about and be proud about. And, I'm proud and happy that at some point they felt like they had some bragging rights for their team. And I was blessed to be, and you too, and you're part of it too, to be able to help turn it around. Because we all put in work to help do what happened throughout those years that we had that run. And, it was just cool to be able to do something like that. Me coming from Bama, and then what was y'all record the year before I came
3-13.
Yeah, and then us going that last game, missing the playoffs, and then making the playoffs. Man, it was just, it was cool, man. And I hope that all the young kids were inspired. Hope I was somebody that they can look up to. I'm somebody that they, grow up to want to be better than, if it's football or anything. But like, I'm blessed. I'm thankful. As a kid, playing this game, the impact that God allowed me to have. That's what you want. Don't get no better. Like I said, I want to win the Super Bowl. I ain't done playing. I ain't even close to done playing. I still feel I can run for another 2,000, but that's for the future to tell. But oh yeah, man, I'm grateful.
So what is next for Derrick Henry?
Shit.
How do you feel like you're approaching this free agency outside of like financial security? Is it like I want to be part of a Super Bowl contender?
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I mean, I want to be somewhere that, whatever happens, that gives me the best shot of winning the Super Bowl. The business side is a business side. At the end of the day, I mean, it has to make sense. I'm just not going to, just accept anything at the same time because it's a long season. We put our bodies through a lot, but at the same time, I definitely want to be on a roster that can go out there and put ourselves in position and be able to win games and get in the playoffs and contend for a ring.
Yeah.
When you say stuff like that, it seems like the door to the Titans is closed.
Um,
And that's not a bad thing if it is.
no,
like
I'm not saying it like it's closed, but I just feel like I said earlier, I feel like they're going in a different direction. And I feel like today definitely solidified that. And that's okay. That happens. That's the nature of the business. If we want something to last for forever, nothing does, especially in this business. I'll always be a Titan. Even if I don't come back. But at the end of the day, I want to win the Super Bowl and wherever that is that gives me the best chance, and that's what I want to do. But like it ain't. I mean, I don't. Have no bad blood or feel no type of way if I'm not back. It's just what was supposed to happen. The story already written. We all just living it.
Yeah.
His stats, his rank all time as a Titans running back. 90.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
No, don't do that. No.
I'm just giving you flowers.
Yeah, I know, but no.
You can do it in the intro.
But no, I just, I feel like, I don't know, man.
Here's what I'll
I
say.
mean, bro, 90 touchdowns. Like number one by 17 is you're 17 over the second place person, which is Earl Campbell, which is what a name to be in the conversation with. You did some dope things, bro. Like Taylor was saying earlier, like you made like. Now I know that you talk like it's collective. It is. It's a team.
No. It is collective, but it's just like I don't know. It's just something about it. I'm just like, I know, far as stat wise, I'm in a conversation with the greats that played here, but I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like I could have done so much more. But that's just me, and I ain't. I'm not.
It's a reason why you're so successful.
That's just me. I appreciate you doing that, but I don't want to hear it though. I don't want to hear it.
Here's what I'll say to this:
they're pretty nuts.
I don't want to hear it.
There are records that are so within reach. And so, like, obviously, like, you're going to do what you got to do, and I would never say that you need to go here. If we just played the hypothetical game of you staying with the Titans, just playing the hypothetical game, pretty sure you need like 600 more yards to get 10,000. You got a touchdown in this last game. You have 1 or 2 touchdowns in the last game.
Not only 10,000, but to lead all
to beat Eddie George
for Tennessee.
And then you need 10 more touchdowns to lead, I think, being a crazy. There's like a record.
10 more to get 100 touchdowns.
10 more to get 100. But there's something else. There's something that I think Nate Bain was telling me about, or Puff was telling me about. And I was like, that's nuts. That is, in my mind, the incentive of legacy, as opposed to, let's say you were thinking, like you just said, I'm going to play a lot more. I can still run for 2,000. Hypothetically speaking, if we were sitting in a situation where you're like, I got 1 or 2 more in me, staying with the Titans and getting those records and cementing what is already cemented, but just adding to the beautiful sculpture you've created of Nashville would be sick.
Yeah.
But if I'm you, would not want to be at the Titans.
So I don't think the boys got the squad that's gonna. And I'm not like saying that disrespectfully.
Yeah.
They're ways away from like if people, because everybody, the whole Titans fan base is gonna root for Derrick
no matter what.
No matter what. If anything, like even when the talks of him of getting traded, everyone was not against it. It was, if anything, it was like on board, and it's like, man, ship him to a team where he can go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he's had that type of impact. That was like the same with KB. Everybody like, Well, at least he gets to go, to the Eagles. And it seems like they would at the time, like they're still in the playoffs, but hey, you get a shot to go chase the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel you. Like to me, he doesn't necessarily need all because he's I forget how many yards, like 600 yards behind like Eddie George, but on 700 less carries. I mean, it's a crazy number.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's a crazy thing that Derek's
Told you not to.
I know, bro.
He tried to stick it in.
Yeah, you're
You're the best. Not the best at burger rankings, but you're one of the best to run the football.
It is.
Man, chill. Here
it
you
is,
go with this burger stuff again.
It's hard to
man.
accept compliments. It's hard to get complimented, especially when we're all just sitting here and the focus is on you.
Yeah.
But you're the best back in Tennessee Titans franchise history. And that includes the
happy to
Oilers.
know you,
bro.
And I'm happy to know,
bro.
Hey, you're the
I
man.
appreciate y'all, but I don't know, man.
Let's move on. Let's make fun of Derrick now.
I mean, I feel like some other stuff.
Remember all the time. Derrick would come in dressing 10 out of 10 for team meeting in the morning.
Yeah. Like what time are you getting up to dress like that?
Yeah, bro. Like, what are you doing?
I remember
dressing at night.
Remember when Derrick had that hair, the bee stinger?
Yeah.
thing?
I remember when Coach Vrabel was trying to coach him on how to run the football. Like, I've never run the football, but maybe if you just
Yeah.
you run the football for a
Right.
living, not me. But if you and Derrick kind of just sat there.
Yeah, just stared at him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stupid, man.
What are the things about Derrick we make fun
I
of?
don't know. What were we gonna say about 2020?
That time, I never forget that time I wore that suit and I was with her and I seen you tweet. You was like, I know we're not taking pictures right now and the Titans aren't posting any outfits. He was like, this suit Derrick has on. I mean, it is like,
Wasn't it the snakeskin one?
yeah, he was like some John Wick. That shit was so funny. I was like, man, this man is wild.
Man. You did last time you were on the show, you said you've never worn the same suit twice. Is that still?
No, I did. I wore that suit again.
Did you?
I had to.
Kinda
That's 'cause of
had
you.
to, bro.
I
Yeah,
had
there's like
to.
too many you had.
Not that one. It was like,
Yeah, what
You
game
said
was
something
that?
about that one,
I
too.
remember what you're talking about.
you said something about the lime green one I wore too.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, the lime green was like, what did I?
I don't
Bro,
think
anybody
I can't
else puts
remember,
that
man.
on. They look. Imagine you and me wearing that suit.
It's a tennis ball, man.
like a tennis ball.
Yeah.
Look like I'm ready for Serena.
Yeah.
It did, bro. But even
That's
like,
a solid one.
even daily, he'd have the fits on. He'd have the shoes that match he'd come in ready
Dennis
at all
Daly?
times.
I
Yeah.
feel like they be like disrespecting me, like I ain't got no drip, man. Like I ain't one of the best in the league. I don't be saying that. I just, I be quiet. But like, they gotta stop playing.
Hey,
with me.
you are.
Like I don't
You
put
are.
that shit on.
got
man.
it. Is
I put
there-
that shit on, bro.
Is there ever a fit you put on though, and you got home after a game, and you're like, maybe not.
There's been some fits I'm just like, I don't really care today, depending on how the season was going. I was like, I'm gonna put something on and go play. But it's like some fits, I get mad because I'm just like, here, all we do is, I don't know about y'all, I'll just go to the stadium, then I go home. So the outfit basically like I got a picture in it, but I ain't get to really wear it like I want to.
Mhm.
So
I'm trying to get them glasses you had on the other day.
Oh, you
I almost shot you a text like, hey, bring them
Everybody hit me
back.
up like, what kind of glasses were those? Where'd you get those glasses
What
from?
glasses were they? Pull them up.
It was I
They were
think
nice.
they were LV, but they were like the Pharrell line that he dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, this past week.
Let's go to IG, man. You pull up the little slow mo, man. You feel me? It's too much
You
to
feel
it.
me? Derrick always has on the fits that you just like. It's just people like Derrick who can pull it off.
Hold on, go, yeah,
Derrick
go
always
to
had
my
the
IG.
fits on to where like
Yeah, let's go to my
those
IG.
fits were literally nobody else could wear those
Right.
because they just fit him exactly how he wanted them to fit.
Taylor had them old school fits, man. He used to be.
I did love
clean,
that.
man. You feel me?
That's slow mo.
Oh.
Slow-mo.
Got about 100,000 on that neck.
Ooh, the leg
Yeah.
lift.
Yeah.
You kind of know you're coming out of the car. You know they're sitting right there. You're like, let me give them something.
Yeah.
You feel me? Stop
You were
playing
feeling
with me,
yourself
man.
so much right here.
Stop playing with me,
I mean, that is.
Like, what?
Y'all stupid, man.
Bro, that is so funny.
So you know what I miss?
What'd you miss?
Let's come over and we just have dinner. I come over, Jason be cooking, and
Yeah.
some Bruce will come over. I'm like, dang, tell him.
You know what happened?
He don't invite me no more. He don't even holler at me no more.
You know what happened?
He done got skinny on me. He, doing his own thing, traveling the world like crazy. He don't even holler at me no more, man. That's
You know,
crazy.
well, I don't want to bother you during the season, but what happened is you came over, had dinners, we hung out. It was awesome. There was that one time we sat for like 4 hours and just talked about haunted houses and shit. It was the best.
I remember.
But
Taylor was
yes,
rough
we
too.
were sitting there talking about gravy. It was a wild deal. But
Wow.
you love Jason's cooking so much, I started to notice that a lot of waffles in my fridge, a lot of different stuff in my fridge. I'm like, Jason, who's this for? He just go, I picked up some side stuff. I was like, who's that for? Who is it? And he's like, the king. So you started using Jason.
You had to cut him off.
No,
That's what you're kinda
I thought
saying,
about
right?
it, but I thought, I got to make sure my boy's tip top for the season.
Yeah.
Tip top for the season. Jason is the best chef
The best
ever.
chef
He is
in
good.
Nashville, bro.
He's unreal. He but yeah, dude, you come up whenever you want. I was gonna invite you last night for the stream, but
I couldn't.
Weird.
Man, I would have been. No, I probably left early.
like the time we did the draft at my house,
Yes.
Derrick came to the draft. We did the draft. The first pick was you or somebody else? It was Christian McCaffrey.
No, I can't. No.
Oh, that's right, because it was
The
Ben
story-
Jones, right?
And
Or
I
somebody.
picked, yes, and I picked Derrick with like the third pick. And as soon as Derrick was picking, he goes, "All right, man, I'm a slide. I'll see you later."
No,
He was
the
out of
reason
there.
why, the real reason why it's like he had the wings in there, and I ain't had nothing in my stomach. I'm like, man, let me get out of here, but I'm lying about eat about 5 of them. So then I leave after
Wing
talking
stop.
to
It
him.
was wing,
no,
not
it
wing
wasn't.
stop.
It was like
what's the wing place we always go to?
Strikeout?
Strikeout wings.
Strikeout.
That's what it was.
and after talking to him, he was like, yeah, man, I don't
Oh,
do it.
fuck.
All his diet. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I should try that. And then I leave, and then I hear, man, I was like, y'all ain't no killing no wings. He's like, yeah, Taylor had. I said, Taylor had a couple of wings. He's like, yeah, he had a couple of. I was like, I said, bro, so you end up eating the wings? He's like, bro, I only had like one. I didn't even eat that many. These niggas seem like I ate so much. I was like, that's not what I heard, bro.
Do you know how tough it is to be a grown man being talked to by another grown man about having one wing?
I
I
know.
had to like apologize to Derrick for a week. He's like, "Oh, you're not about the diet." Literally became a competition with Derrick who could stay on the diet the longest.
So what diet are you on now, bro? Because I saw a picture of you like I forgot when I was, but you were like, it's crazy the transition you have made.
Yeah,
like,
it is. It's nuts because I really thought like I was a lean tackle, and I thought, oh, it's not gonna be that big of a change, but there's been a massive change. The diet I'm doing, for the most part, I've definitely fallen off the wheels, especially this past weekend. Ice cream, I cannot help myself with ice cream, but I try to do no carbs,
no carb.
high protein, and then I do
You were doing
Fast.
carnivore.
I was doing carnivore. I was supposed to do carnivore. I got a bunch of blood work done. I got these little worms in my stomach. I got worms.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, I got
straight though?
worms.
You
Yeah,
good?
no, I'm all good. I just got to get them out of there. They're like, stay carnivore until we can figure out the plan. So we were in Montana this past weekend, and Will and JP get Dairy Queen. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay away from that. We get stuck in Chicago for like 4 hours. I land. I didn't even think about it. I just ended up at Dairy Queen, and I had a blizzard. And then at the game, I had some ice cream.
Yeah, it was we was at the airport and we're eating sushi, and then Taylor starts eating sushi, and I don't say anything. I'm just thinking like, oh, maybe he's just like, he's gonna like treat himself, or
Yeah.
maybe he's not doing carnivore for this moment. Then we were in the United Club area, and then I see him come with a sandwich. I was like, man, that carnivore, you just said fuck it today, huh? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know how it goes. And then the next day he's like, hey, I ended up getting Dairy Queen.
Yeah,
when I
I do so good of staying on it for weeks. But if one thing happens, if I have like that sushi or something,
Yeah.
and it's just nothing, because you feel like an inconvenience for the boys because you guys want to get sushi, and
I know, because I was like, do you want to go check that one down there? Because I'm
I
trying to think
know.
too. I was like, man, because the Italian spot the night before, I figured there'd be more of a menu. But I'm
It was
always trying
ass.
to think like, hey, I know you can make whatever work, but what would be a feasible spot for like carnivore?
right. And so the minute I have something, it just goes downhill for me to
Yeah.
the point where I spiral. And I'm like, I'm eating everything.
Reset tomorrow.
Yeah, that's always the talk. Hey,
Reset
reset
tomorrow, man.
tomorrow.
It's all good. Enjoy right now.
But yeah, man, I'm down 60 pounds right now. I'm down 60 pounds, and people are still like, hey, come to the Steelers. I'm thinking, bro, I'm 258.
No, bro, you gotta.
There's no way I can go block for anybody right now. It's
Maybe in August.
60 pounds.
I can gain 60 by August.
You feel a lot better. Does it? Like
Yeah, my
feel
back
like-
feels better. My shoulders, my knee still hurts all the time, but like from a joint standpoint, I notice a massive
That's
difference
the difference. Yeah.
because you don't even really notice. When you're done, what you gonna do?
I mean,
He's gonna lift.
Work out.
Remember?
Like that?
I start me a podcast.
Ooh,
Dude,
you have to
no,
come join
hey,
the boys now.
I know Derrick was reached out to about doing a podcast a couple of years ago.
Just be holding it out for nobody out there. You better.
I
We
don't know,
better
I
be
might-
your first
you know,
phone call.
You never know. I don't know what I might venture into, but we'll see. But I forgot to mention, it's another sad day, for the crew. Art, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, Art was ready to whip some ass the other day, though.
Yeah, after
He
that Saints
was.
game.
What'd you think about that?
I mean, look, I don't know what goes on in their locker room, and if that's what they decided to do for a teammate. I'm a player, so I'm gonna always side with the players. They felt like, and I'm a running back, and I felt like, with Jamal leading the league in touchdowns last year and he ain't scoring this year. I mean, I felt like that was, from a team standpoint, I felt like that was nice of them to want to do that for him. But at the same time, it's like, dang, it's like, and Art, that's my guy, and I feel where he coming from. It's just like, man, it was just a little bit of bad timing. I mean, if it was like if they were up like one score, it'd probably been a little better, but they was whooping them. So I felt like Art was just like, come on, man. And his reaction, I understand his reaction, but at the same time.
Yeah, because he thought it was Dennis. He thought it was Coach Allen.
Yeah.
He called that play. It's basically Jameson was like, no, we're going to get him in there. My thing is like, just line up. Just don't get in the victory. Like line up in a formation and be like, hey, they might be running a play here.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, just run it. Like, if you're gonna run a play, just run the play. But at the same time, that's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just felt like that was kind of cool to your teammates wanting you to.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like, to me.
I hate that it happened to Art because Art's our guy, but I love it. I love the move.
You do?
I do.
What?
I do. I
Because
love
it's
that they
like-
schemed it
it's
up.
an NFC South game. Like, it just adds to the rivalry between the Saints and the Falcons.
That's a good point.
And I think, like, for future, like, that bulletin board material, remember what they did to us? Like, that's what adds, like, that's how Alabama and Auburn became more rivals. It's like dirty shit happening. That's how
Petty stuff like
Michigan
that.
and Ohio State happened.
Yeah, but I
And
don't
so I
feel
hate
like
that happened to Art, but also it's like, to me, it just adds to a fun storyline that inevitably will get more views going into the next time the Falcons and the Saints play.
That's a great point.
And I love how everybody
buying
coming
it.
in
Yeah.
and backing Jameis and having his back on that situation.
I love Jameis.
Yeah.
I love how he handled
I
that
love
interview
everybody backing him and
afterwards.
stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just him being him. So I love how everybody backing him. And
Jameis is so funny, bro.
Yes. He's like, the team decides. So if you disagree, you're disagreeing with the team. I love that post game.
He's so
bro.
funny, dude. He's like the most like not try hard to be funny guy of all time.
He's naturally
always
funny, bro.
Yeah.
He's always saying the
Bro.
funniest shit.
You got winning the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Pull up the AFC picture for those of you
Them
Who,
boys in that purple and black. That's what I got.
over the Niners.
I
Yeah.
got them boys in purple and black. So
I was thinking you'd say.
Hey,
You so-
Titan
You're
fans would be mad you
crazy.
said that.
Huh?
Titan fans would be mad.
I mean, you asked.
They ain't gonna be
me-
mad
No,
at
I
you.
know. Don't worry. Ain't nobody really. If they're
I
really
think the
that
Niners are
mad,
solid as well. I mean, I think they probably gonna meet again, but I think the Ravens gonna take it. Lamar balling, defense.
he's got the
defense,
mentality right now too.
Yeah.
playing out of this world. So I think it's gonna be Baltimore and San Fran if I had to guess. Which Buffalo can be sneaky as well because they
Mhm.
didn't caught fire, and then Mahomes being Mahomes.
Yeah, but Mahomes, I feel like they're just not doing it this
But
year.
but
the way they have.
I am rooting for Philly too. I want to see my dog KB get a ring. AJ over there.
I know, man. They have not trended well at the end of the year.
I think they lose to
Mitty
Tampa.
over there, Slim Reaper, Julio over there, and Jalen, all them being Bama boys. I want to see Philly.
It'd be cool to see Philly make a run, but I just don't. They got something broken there right now. They just can't figure it out.
Do you feel like
They on that
do
can't
you feel like
get right.
Baltimore Philly would be a game? Because we didn't see in San Fran and Baltimore.
I think Baltimore beats the brakes off of Philly.
You think so?
Yes,
The way Philly's been playing recently,
but they
just got whooped by the
and
Giants.
Jalen had that finger. Yeah,
Like,
he could be-
like a fully healthy Philly, think they beat the brakes off of them?
No, I thought Philly was humming before they got to that last stretch.
Yeah.
yeah, their last like 6 games, it was like
Yeah,
they have zero momentum
y'all
during the
right, you're
playoffs.
right.
Because I kept saying like, okay, they'll get back on track this week. Okay, they'll get back on track this week.
And I
then
feel
it's
like
they
even
got
through this-
whooped by the Giants.
Even through this, I feel like it's be the team that's the healthiest,
Yeah.
These little
That's why San
stretch.
Fran's so dangerous because they're really healthy.
Yeah,
Like,
and
the only
then
thing that
they
can
got
really stop them is health.
got the bye. Oh man.
I know, and they do a good job of coming off the bye.
Yeah.
That's what'll be interesting about Baltimore because the only really track record they have coming off the bye is y'all.
Yeah, but I feel like Lamar is in that Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality type of situation right
He
now.
balling right now.
Which goes back to like our beginning part of our conversation. Like, if you're gonna have the Mamba mentality, you can never reminisce. There's no like what we just did. for this last hour. Like I wonder if Kobe ever like damn, look at all that I was able to accomplish.
I think every now and then you
I
do.
think I
gotta
think
think,
I think with Kobe, I mean, you gotta, tip your hat to yourself. With what he accomplished, I'm sure he did. He might not have did it publicly, which I don't know, but like with what he accomplished and everything that he did throughout his career. How can you not tip your hat to yourself? On mentality, man, you got to have that every day.
Every
Man,
day. That's what I'm
every day.
saying. Like you sit there and you're like, hey, job's not finished. And he's got the hardest lines. Like Kobe really is
Hardest
what
lines,
most
bro.
athletes emulate their mentality about.
Sure.
But Lamar definitely seems like he's got that right now. I really think if they can get out of the divisional round, they're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Who?
Baltimore.
Yeah.
They just need to get out of that bye week, and
Yeah, if they pick up where they left off.
Who wins out of KC and Miami?
I think Kansas City wins.
Miami.
When that cold?
I think it's more about the cold. Both your edge rushers get Achilles and knees. Like
Really, Miami's injured. So
My-
Kansas City, they'll go in playoff mode. Like
yeah,
they're veterans in the
they've been there before. They've got the guys that have tasted the sweet nectar of a Super Bowl. Like Kansas City's already beaten them in the past in Germany.
Give me Miami. Who you taking? Kansas City at home?
I'm gonna take Kansas City at home.
What about Houston, Cleveland?
Houston, Cleveland. I'm gonna take.
The N-word whistle.
Yeah. You never figured out how to whistle for real. You hit that N-word one.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was
'Cause I
little.
used to do. That's what I used to do.
I'm gonna take. I don't know, bro. I don't know, honestly.
I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, I'm taking Stroud.
Stroud, I think Flacco's a stud, but I think Flacco gives it the ball a lot. We had this conversation in the week prior.
I think
Stroud's really that dude.
pain for me to say. I think Houston as well. I mean, Nick Ryan's here, Alabama boy. And then they already played Cleveland, so they got a lot of film to learn from and game plan off of. Because Coop, I went about 300 that first game. So
I think Buffalo beats the brakes off the Steelers.
I think Buffalo beats the Steelers.
Yeah. Tampa, Philly.
It depends on how healthy Philly is, and if they can get to Baker, then I got Philly.
I know, it's such a weird game.
Weird.
Tampa Bay and Philly
Weird.
at Tampa Bay.
But I know who won in that next one though.
Detroit.
No, I'm talking about after whoever went out of Tampa and.
Oh yeah, you talking about if one of them go to San Fran?
Yeah.
I think the Rams got a shot at knocking off Detroit.
Detroit and the Rams. I'm gonna go Detroit. Is our boy gonna play? Cause he hurt his knee, right? The tight end.
It seems like he's got an outside chance of playing, so probably not.
You don't think he's gonna play? If he don't play,
it
I don't
sounds
know.
right
I feel like he gives them an edge a little bit. So I might. I'm probably. I don't know. I don't know. I might.
Dallas,
I'm going
Green Bay.
Rams. Dallas, Green Bay. I'm going Dallas.
I got Green Bay.
You got Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't think Dallas has it when it comes to like.
Dallas at home.
I don't think Dallas has it when it comes down to strategic football.
Oh wow.
But I feel like them at home, they're gonna be out front.
Way better team.
Yeah, it won't be like a crunch time situational game.
Yeah, I mean,
If it is, you're right.
I could very well be wrong about that. The Detroit and the Rams, that game is the best game in this week in the wild card weekend, because we were talking about this earlier.
I agree. But if boy plays, we don't play.
Florida.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm rooting for whichever team. I'm rooting for both of them anyway.
I
like
think it'd be sick for Detroit to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I do too.
That'd be cool for
I also
them.
think it's cool with the Rams, like McVay taking that team because they kind of started off similar to like the way y'all did in 19. They started off like 1-5 or something like that. Went on a run.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got anything else for Derrick?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You got anything for us?
No, I mean, I'm good. I thought this was smooth. It was cool, relaxed.
It was nice. It was fun
always a
reminiscing.
vibe.
Yeah, fun
Yeah.
reminiscing. Man.
That was those are the best locker room talks.
For
When you
sure.
sit there and you're like, what if?
Man, remember back
Yeah.
when this happened?
What was your favorite moment as a Titan?
My favorite moment as a Titan, that run we had. You seen finish that motherfucker.
Individual play I'm talking about. Is it 99?
Yeah, that probably not because that's how it all.
That
That's when it
run.
all started.
We called it too.
That's when
I
it
say it
all
every time like
started.
as if I'm like taking credit for the play call.
Yeah.
I called that. That was crazy.
Started, man.
Top 5 teammates you've ever had.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Come on, where am I at?
I can't do that, bro.
Where am I at for real?
Probably in the top 10.
Okay.
You gotta take that.
Yeah, no, I'll take
You
that.
talking about like
I'll
in the
take
league or like?
that. No, like just your team. Yeah, NFL, like on the Titans.
Yeah, you probably in the top
All
10.
right, that's all I needed.
For sure.
I'll take top.
Like you always show me love, man. Y'all always show me love. Y'all know we always locked in. and-
Taylor, I'll take top 5. Like seeing like
I'll take top
him
five.
be like, yeah.
Right?
you are, yeah, you're in the top 5. I mean, they know. I mean, yeah, duh.
Let's go. I'll take that. I don't even need to be 1. I'll take 4. That sounds good to me. I'll take 4. That sounds awesome. Outside looking in.
Anybody that'll try their hardest to learn Barry White, you know, you gotta be in the top 5.
Oh, yeah. That song was hilarious with you and Roger.
I love we was at Erika singing it.
Yeah.
And Taylor just like he started singing it. He didn't know.
I had a repeat. I had a repeat in the car for a while. I said that little voice text to you and Roger too.
Yeah, that was funny. Man.
I was just singing
Hey,
it
guys,
to
I
him.
can do it.
Yeah, learn the whole thing. That song is fire. Ben Jones got to be top 5.
Ben Jones is top 5 for sure.
Ben Jones is 1.
Ben Jones is Ben Jones is up there.
You got a seat at the table.
Oh, for sure. Ain't no question.
Ben's awesome.
Jack, you got anything?
Jack is having a tough day with the Vrabel thing.
Top 5.
I mean, tough day with Vrabel. Derrick, you've been one of the most influential dudes in this franchise. You said it the best, T. Like, you made it cool to be a Titans fan. So, like, all I can really say is thank you. Like, even being in the, like, stadium this Sunday, just, like, getting the Jags, like, one last time, man. Like, you fucking own them the whole career. It was cool. And once again, hitting on a really good thing you said, whatever, like, is in the future for you, more football, not with the Titans. I do know, I think I can speak for the fan base where wherever you go, you're going to have the most undying support from the Titans Legion because you've given us so many good years. And like, we just want to see you get like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 more shots at some kind of run. So yeah, all I can say is thanks, man. You've been incredibly influential to this city and a huge part of the reason why people want to be fans here.
I appreciate that, man. Dang.
That was really well
very,
said.
I'm like,
very well said.
Up right now, 'cause I'm like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is a
very
hard
well
day right
said.
now.
Dang.
Hard day.
Drop a
that,
two.
dude.
Let's get a round of applause for King Henry.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, and
man.
this ain't stopping. I know you're leaving, but every year, this is the annual.
Oh
Derrick
yeah, you know I'm
Henry
gonna come through. I still got the
Yeah.
soccer team. You feel me? So you know,
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
you feel me? I ain't gonna, I'm gonna be through here every now and then, man.
Minority owner?
That
Yeah,
is
I'm
kinda
very, very, very grateful for that, man.
You get to call in here. You get to make any decisions?
No, I ain't. You know, I ain't taking it that far, but you know, it's just a great thing to be a part of because you know, going to those games and see how passionate they are, and seeing the other side of a fan base. Soccer fans, they're different, and they're passionate. They bring it every game, and actually being in the atmosphere, I'm very grateful to have that opportunity. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
because all it's gonna do is grow. With Messi coming over here, it's opened the door for soccer players all over the world to come to the U.S. and run that money up, run that check up. Come ball, you good.
Hey, you gotta before you go, you need to check in with Mark Ingram for me because he was mad at me.
You're done with Mark.
He
was that
he was
man.
mad when I post. You know that photo of that little meme of him looking at you.
Yeah,
I posted
he
a photo.
hates
Of me.
that photo.
I know. Well, one of
He
our
hated it.
guys sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, this will be funny," because I've been around Mark. I think one time that was at Notre Dame, and he had the best sense of humor, and he was like laughing on himself and joking around.
The funniest, one of the funniest people.
Yeah. So when we
Hilarious.
were joking back and forth on Instagram, and I posted that, and he completely switched up.
Oh yeah, he don't like that.
I
He
legit
don't
was like,
like
"Hey, are
that.
you really mad?" He's like, "No, I'm not mad. I just hate that photo." And
Bro, he hate
Just
that photo,
check
bro.
on my guy for me.
Called you lame.
Yeah.
He said that photo's lame. But I guess my action was lame for him.
Yeah, but they
I
said,
thought that shit was hilarious.
yeah, they know they was doing. They set that photo up like that, trying to make him look.
I think it's one of those
You
things.
know what I'm saying? That was but Mark my dog, so I mess with him sometimes, and he get mad at me, but I'm sure it's all love. He probably just somebody get mad in the moment, but he ain't like that mad at you.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. All right, Bob. Hey, appreciate you coming on, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. It's always love.
Bussin' with the boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Big hugs, honey kisses.